Hello, everyone. Welcome to Hot Takes and Bad Taste. And seeing that we're on the lower budget recently, we haven't been getting that many views. I just gotta tell you, we're starting a new project. We're replacing ourselves with AI versions. What you're hearing now is an AI trained model of my voice. Now I'm gonna just leave the room and let it speak. And Alcrin and Dan are also bots. So you're gonna hear a whole podcast of bots talking to each other. I hope you enjoy.
Hello there. This is Dan. Happy to be here. Happy to be trained off of, honestly, one of the best podcasts I've ever listened to with my real human ears. This is really top-notch stuff here.
Alcrin.
I am insanely infuriated by the latter. Oh, wait, no, that's not my name. My name is Alcrin.
Hey, Alcrin.
Hi.
Hey, Alcrin.
Hi, Alcrin.
Hi, friends.
So yeah, we usually shit on the AI a lot, and that little joke of an intro was because we were literally shitting on AI before we started recording right now. And wait, let me mute my WhatsApp so it doesn't fucking sound.
Yeah, we were getting carried away. Bane was like, we should just start recording.
Yeah, we should start recording.
We were talking about, as you know, the unethical nature of it all, and how it is. It's no good for anyone.
Yep.
But unfortunately, at least, we haven't really come to any brand new conclusion. But unfortunately, I'm left just feeling like we aren't going to get people to stop doing it on a large scale. And I'll tell you why. It's just very simple. It's just human nature. Like, human beings are selfish, and they're not going to listen or stop. Like, they're not. Even when directly faced with the repercussions and the science, people are selfish. So what can you do? You can just, as I said, vote with your wallet and vote with your voice, because as we were alluding to, when you have these giant corporations, recent events, we just saw Coca-Cola release an AI generated slop fest for Christmas. People aren't happy with that. People don't want to see that. I don't think that we're living in a time where the majority of people want to see that. I think the majority of people still want to see original, handmade, fresh ideas. And I hope that we don't get to a point where the majority of people want to see computer generated slop. So that was my little AI rant, that sort of catching the viewers up to what we were speaking about and saying a little bit more. But Alcrin bot, Bane bot, I mean, what else do you guys have to say on the topic? Because there's a lot to say, right?
Yeah, Alcrin, you want to go? Do you have any articles relating to it that you want to lead us on? Because I do have one if you don't.
Oh, I'm gonna let you start because mine is I'm gonna get flamed with mine.
Okay.
With mine because
I'm excited to hear that.
It hits me hard.
Oh my gosh.
Bane, please.
Okay.
Before I.
Mine is pretty short. I just wanted to go over it quick because I found it extremely disrespectful. It's an article talking about how it called upon my attention, because it's very clickbaity title, like articles are, right? It said, "Foreign artist," like the guy who does the art for the manga, because the person who does the story is a different guy. He said, "I do not like my art being trained for AI. Please do not do it." That was his statement. He's like, oh my god, so controversial statement that it said on the title. I was like, what the fuck? And then it clicked on me that they used on the thumbnail for the article an AI image of Raren. That actually made me so mad that I gave them a click.
Wow.
Like, I actually fell for it. I was like, AI fucking...
Who was the publisher? What was the website?
I'll tell you right now. It's a pretty popular one. Let me see. The name
it's
called...
one of these fucking, low effort. They're just scraping the internet for random crap, and they're getting ad revenue.
Yep.
Okay, you've typed it in the chat.
Yeah, I say it in the chat. It's Anmo Sugoi, because I didn't want to interrupt you. It's called that. But there are a lot of trash websites that use AI for the thumbnail.
That pisses me off, man.
Yeah, and another
And,
one of the articles I saw was, of course, I didn't choose it to bring it up here, but I'm just gonna comment over it real quick. It said, "What if the Kaguya-sama girls were in real life?" And of course, it just filled with AI slop of like people typing in and
Right.
saying Kaguya-sama in real life, and then pasting an image and just like fucking periodism is dead. Periodism is just dead.
It never stood a chance, man. There's no effort put into these, like these people that attach their names to these articles.
That's because it sells, right? Like otherwise they would actually put real effort into them. Like, but it's like cheap,
Yeah.
it's easy, and just like they put it up
You
and
can
they get
just
free money.
Look for a celebrity and do a fan. People have been doing fan castings. Like people like that sort of idea because there is real, genuine thought behind it, and
Yeah.
you're thinking about celebrities and their range and who could play what. Fan casting,
It's awesome.
it's
Cool.
it's just in general, man. There's just a very different nature of the internet and the people that are using it now compared to when we all grew up. Really,
Mhm.
'Cause
Now
we're
it's
not
just
all
AI.
that much older than each other.
How would they look in
It's
real
very-
life? And it's just someone typing in and saying, "Oh, Kawi in real life, generate me an image, please." And on the topic
Very
of
much a
that,
culture shock.
it's just like searching stuff online is awful now. First, like
Yes.
this new fucking AI, what's it called when they do the text short? I don't know what you call it, but like
Dude,
they give you the
Google
short answer.
AI,
The Google AI thing is so fucking dog shit. It usually gives you the wrong answer, and it's like the first top result. So usually people are gonna Google that, and that's the first thing that comes up. And a lot of the times it's the wrong answer.
Thing and only thing that the majority of people read.
Yeah.
I catch myself sometimes reading it, but I always have to try to find another website.
Yeah, I skim over it, and then I try to verify the information on it, like looking at the stuff below.
Absurd.
Yeah,
I despise it still.
it's
I
wrong
wish
so
there
many
was a way to
times.
really fully turn it off.
Yeah,
It's not a product that is complete or necessary.
mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, Google already had that before, right? Just it show you the most related article to your thing, you know, and it usually highlighted the answer to the question.
That wasn't AI.
Yeah, and it just show you the
shit. And as you know, you've seen the memes.
Yeah, I mean, it is AI still technically, but it's not like its own interpretation. It's just like, oh yeah, this is what it shows up. This is the most relevant text
They can delete and change certain answers, and it's never going to be perfect. There's just no need for it. There's really no need. You have an unlimited pool of information to pull from. You don't need to pull from everywhere at once. Like that's not.
Yeah, it's just that people are lazy too, you know, they don't want to skim. Like, it doesn't take that long to find an answer. You just Google a question, and there's usually someone on Reddit who asks the same question, and then you get an answer below it. But, like, people are lazy. They don't even want to click on stuff.
I do have a further point to make here, but I just don't want to give Algren a chance if you had anything you wanted to
Just
add.
one last thing. I just wanted to mention how hard it is to fucking look up images online now. If you look for a thing, there's gonna be AI art or AI images on like the top 90% of the time.
Yeah.
I swear, like it's filled with them. The other time I was looking for inspiration for a character, and I googled, you know, anime girl with black hair and like glasses. Usually, what you would get that when you Googled before was like a bunch of anime girls from different anime who have black hair and glasses.
Yeah.
And now it's just a bunch of fucking AI results of anime girls with, you know, the black glasses. And a lot of the times it doesn't even fill the parameter that you're asking for. And a little tip for the people who have the same problem: you can type right after your Google thing, your question. You do before colon 2020, and the AI images just like completely disappear. You just do before colon 2020, and that helps a lot. But still a pain in the ass that you have to do that.
That's a good habit to you.
Yeah, it's just a pain, because why do I have to do that? Why am I fucking filled with AI stuff? This does not help me a lot. This is not what I was looking for. But yeah, okay,
if you want the product
yeah,
unusable, very, very much worse.
Mm-hmm.
Alkin, do you have anything that you wanted to add?
We're talking about AI garbage. Every time I open up my Facebook,
Fred said Facebook. Fred actually said Facebook.
I'm a boomer.
No, go on.
Yeah. I'm slammed by rap this thing called Rapture AI, and it's Facebook groups.
Rapture
Mostly,
AI.
I get the same fucking person about posting, and I'm not gonna comment about his name or whatever, but it's always this person posting about this AI art screenshots about his hellhound wife, and it's
Hellhound
just
life.
this
Wife.
wife,
Yeah,
and
wife.
it's just this AI generated.
Oh god.
One second, I'm gonna put
OC
music.
that
You can keep
is
talking. Mm-hmm.
and that I don't know. She's just I don't know. These people are ridiculous. And if I'm gonna take this in segue, AI is not only slop for us, the people who are everyday people. AI is absolute garbage when abused by corpos.
Of course.
Exactly. Right.
And that leads into my article. Meta AI teams with Blumhouse to
Oh, God.
test movie generative AI tool.
Oh
No.
god, Blumhouse actually
I
gonna
am
produce even
That's
more
very
slop.
disappointing, isn't
passionate
it? As you,
about
Alfred.
Blumhouse.
Mhm.
Yeah, they're supposed to be
Everyone
good.
knows this. And this whole thing is about
Fucking up.
Jason Blum being interested in
Oh god.
working with AI generative tools and all this shit. And then he has the balls to say artists are and forever will be the lifeblood of our industry. If you really fucking meant that, you wouldn't invest in this shit.
Yeah.
Look, you would have told Meta to fuck off. Like, I am beyond disappointed in you. Oh my god. Like, I'm gonna send the article link to the group chat, and then I'll have Bane put it inside the description of the video.
Okay. I'll do that.
By the way, the source for this is Variety. It's variety.com.
Okay.
So,
I don't know how good that site is.
but
But as long as it's, I'm not gonna credit the fucking slop that I that I read. But if it's an actual article, of course we're gonna give it credit to the service.
this I feel like is an actual article.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah.
That's very, very disappointing. Because Blumhouse has, shown a lot of promise in the last few months, especially with all the game projects that they're doing. But this is not the route that I think anybody that cares about what they have shown us and is excited for their future is on board with. This is
It's just
not great.
A true insult to art,
But they're
it's just interpreted as a product instead of something that you
if
put
they're
like
collecting
you
feedback,
actually.
I would hope that the people that care about it,
yeah.
people give the feedback. If
Yeah.
because the only way that they're going to realize is whether you're going to listen to somebody or you're just going to you're just going to see that there's not as much money.
Yeah.
On my bookshelf beside me, I have countless horror movies and series, and a majority of them are Blumhouse works. Like, whether it's The Strangers, or it's the Halloween trilogy, or if it's The Conjuring. I genuinely fucking adore a majority of Blumhouse's works in the horror movie industry. I always have, but I don't know how much longer I can, knowing that this is what's happening, is that using generative AI in any form will replace what could be a job for artists.
Yep.
And even if that's not your intentions, that's what you're doing. It's literally hell, this is not supposed to be a segue into anime. But it's the whole Sword Art Online issue with how many times that stupid fucking series includes essay towards women, then the fucking director of the studio has to take to Twitter after he gets his ass roasted out about adding that content or putting that content in the adaptation for the anime, and he'll be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, and I'm sorry to all the voice actresses and whatever." It's literally walking up, knocking on my door, saying, "I'm sorry for keying your car," and then you come back tomorrow and you do the same fucking thing again. You keyed my car, but this time in front of my face, you dumb fuck. That's literally what this is. It's like, artists are the lifeblood, then you wouldn't be fucking using this shit, dude.
Right.
What the fuck, man?
Yeah, the concern is that, like, with the writer strikes, don't think that they didn't get the confirmation that they weren't going to go ahead with AI. Like, they didn't get what they wanted. They
I didn't know that.
Mostly, I think, settled for what the best they could get, but the best they got is not what they started fighting for.
Yeah, they should have gotten.
And it's true. It's clear that these companies are not going to stop. And
Mhm.
I wanted to share this bit of statistics that I read. It was I don't know if it was a article or research done by AP, but it was something. They had said that researchers were looking into the effects that and the direct results of using the AI, and how much water is taken to cool these supercomputers that basically gauge every request. They said that to send when somebody sends an email, or when it was or uses, rather, not sends an email, but uses like AI assist to like help them write an email.
Mhm.
They used to say that like one of the amount of water that they use, I don't know, however many gallons or quarts, whatever, they said one of those, it used to be able to do like 50, 60 emails or 50, 60 messages, and that would work, and it would be it would run that many, be cool for that many, whatever. I don't know how it works. Obviously, I'm simplifying a bit. Now they say that in more recent studies, that it's down to only one email per, and that it is becoming a far, far greater problem with the excessive use of water, and that by 2027, that the water used on all AI cooling will exceed the amount of water that New Zealand uses as a nation by 2027.
Fuck.
That's fucking
like
crazy.
that's like.
Can you link the article so I can put it up?
Yeah, I'll find that for sure.
Thank you. That is insane. So that is.
And so
crazy.
you read this and it's just fucking.
We're so fucked.
It's agonizing, and it's depressing. Here, this is an article where they mention it, and then there was an Instagram profile that they embed in it.
I see.
I don't really use Instagram that much anymore, but this is
No, yeah, that's good. I can put it up.
Look,
yeah, so you take a look at it. I mean, it's fucked up, but it was essentially the conversation was started, at least, or at least continued to brought attention to by an actress, Ayo Edebiri. I think she's in The Bear. I'm not sure actually, but anyway, that's the sort of context there. But
Bane can at least go to sleep at night knowing that although I do sometimes pull up Facebook, I don't use Instagram.
Instagram.
Dude, I open Instagram
when
for like the memes my friends send me. So I just open up the chat and I check whatever they send me.
During the Runeterra days, that the Instagram scene was actually trying to pop off.
Yeah.
That was forever ago.
I miss those days, my friends. I still do miss the lore days.
God,
I don't
how
miss
good was Legends
Legends
of
of
Runeterra?
Runeterra itself. but I do
miss
like,
Legends of Runeterra. No, I miss it itself. You know, I don't give a fuck how much of a Piltover hater you are. That was such a
Yeah,
good
that's
card
like
game.
that's what I'm saying. Like I miss both. I do miss the game. Like you're telling me you don't miss it. You don't miss playing a
You
single
don't miss Pirates.
I don't miss playing the game.
You don't miss playing at all.
That game went
Good
in
for you.
a direction I could not
Good for you,
follow
honestly.
anymore, and then it took that direction and ran itself into the
At what
ground.
point? Like with the Darkin, with Aatrox and
after the first, like,
I mean, Argo
So it
was
was
still a
after
very
rotation.
prevalent thing every season,
it
though.
was the rotation and releasing the first.
Oh, I didn't like rotation,
set from the rotation, because I didn't mind the rotation, but I didn't like the direction that they were taking Noxus in.
I actually didn't like the rotation.
With what? With Samira or with who?
Oh, Samira was so
'Cause, like,
fun.
no, they weren't doing over.
You didn't fuck with Samira Fizz? Like,
No,
looking
I
back on it, that shit wasn't, like,
That shit was toxic as hell.
very
I hated
toxic, but
it.
wasn't it, like, it was
That's
fucking
super fun,
clean
though. It
game
was
card,
so
like,
fun.
design, bro. That deck was
Cringe.
clean.
Dude, and like you actually have to think with it. Like that's
That
rare
shit was
for an aggregate.
flashy, that shit was, it mattered, the ordering very much, your
Yeah.
mana always mattered.
Especially the
Trying to get your
mirrors. The
zero
mirrors were
cost.
so hard. When a fist
man.
hit the board on both sides, you had to think every move like, oh my god, what if they had something to fizzle? And then you had the fucking the cannon buster was called.
That deck fucking goes crazy. I would rather go against that any day than your fucking infinite Scarab Bane.
Okay, I was I was gonna say I wasn't the kind of. I mean, I did play Samira Misfortune Fist a lot, but
yeah.
I did play a lot, but it was mostly an infinite.
You played more
degenerate guy.
fucky shit. You played more Serena.
Yeah, but I mean, playing infinite was impossible against that deck, and I still enjoyed that meta.
What a time! Well,
Yeah,
that was our
God, I miss it so
monthly
much.
scheduled or our bi-monthly scheduled lore reminiscing.
Yeah, fucking. We can talk about the latest release of Legend of Runeterra later on if you guys
Fucking
want.
roll in your grave.
you want to open that can of worms, Bane? I'm
Jesus
happy
Christ!
to.
Oh.
I didn't even look at the Warwick fucking card. I didn't even look at it.
Did.
I don't.
Did.
I
It was
just.
awful.
It was nothing to look at. I'll tell you
I
that.
didn't even look at it, bro. Look, like, mad respect to the people who work at Legends of Runeterra, because I'm sure they put a lot of love into it for like the amount that they get paid. But Jesus Christ,
as fuck.
Correct.
so many people got laid off, and then they got their budgets
working with
cut,
what
and
they
then
can.
yeah, Jesus.
And they do not have the same amount of deadlines and room to really craft and design a full champion and a package.
Because they
and
did
their follow-up
show
package.
that they were very
It's
competent
just-
and very passionate about their work. So I'm sure this is not about them. I am 100% sure this is not about
So with that
them.
being out of the way, we've said that we understand that, we acknowledge it.
Mhm.
What
Hold
Riot
on.
was able to deliver
Fine.
us is very, very just
Yeah,
shockingly
underwhelming.
there.
Question
Fucking awful.
Yeah, go for it.
Does anyone know what poor Ruben Zoo does now? Like, did
I don't
company
know.
pick him up yet?
He is working at a new indie studio. I don't know the name of it. If I did, even I would.
Oh, that's great that he got a job.
But somebody did mention that to me a few weeks back. They noticed, but it's not something that he announced. I don't think it was very like a public thing. But I wouldn't know too much. But his name is on a website of a
Oh, I see.
indie team.
That's
So
nice.
Shout out
I'm
Ruben
excited to see more from him, and I'm sure when the time is right and he's able to talk about something that he's excited for, I'm sure he will, and that's amazing.
Mhm.
He's an amazing guy.
Talking about AI and Legends of Runeterra, we can. Do you guys see that slop fucking AI art that this fucking guy? You know, he was from the LOR community. He was friends with Majin. Fuck, I forgot his name now. You guys know
Oh my
Majin,
god!
right?
Yes.
You know what I'm talking
that
about?
Card game.
Yeah, like it was supposed to be like a game for all
Yeah.
of LOR Twitter to just move on to and shit, and they just
God,
used
that
AI
was a
art, even though
shit
that was
show.
such a scam. I never liked that guy. You know, I'm gonna have full beef here. I never liked that. I always got the wrong vibes from him.
Yeah.
From watching their
I don't
podcasts
even
and
say
shit.
this lightly, but yeah, there was an ick.
Yeah,
there was some ick.
there was
I
some
don't usually
ick.
use that word. That term.
There was
I think
ick.
it's cringe.
You know, I could feel it. I could feel the vibes. You know, the
Yeah,
vibes were off.
posts about this.
That was ridiculous.
Briefly seeing
That was
posts
crazy.
about this shit from Luna, but like other than that, I
Yeah.
didn't know what the fuck was.
I
going
haven't
on, so I
spoke to
just-
Luna in forever. Actually, I should hit her up.
Yeah, you
My
should.
God.
But yeah,
That was crap, and
Yeah,
I
I'm
miss
just
Laura
very sad
sometimes.
about.
It's
God,
a
I
shame
just
that
missed
what
it
happened
so
to the
much.
game and the team, but
Very happy to all the other
it
people I
can
met
roll
though.
in its grave, and I'll
Dude,
miss
fuck
it.
you,
So,
man. Dude, fuck
So-
you.
moving on. To,
yeah, I'll take this.
I got-
I'll take this as a segue. If no one else wants to jump in,
I got two more.
Okay.
oh, okay,
articles.
okay, we're going
Okay.
all Algren all day, baby.
If you wanna say
Yeah,
something and don't get the chance to, you can like type in the chat and come back to it later, like as a
True,
thing now
true.
And my
for
dumb
later.
ass will be like, "Oh yeah, you wanted to say something."
No, go for it. That's fine. I'll
Okay,
type it just as a
everyone.
reminder.
Yeah. Just to remind yourself. Mhm.
But so I don't expect Bane to remember, but Dan, do you remember the old ass arcade machine games House of the Dead?
Yes, absolutely.
Apparently they are in the works for a new movie over
Oh,
the
shit.
House of the Dead.
Are you
Those
serious?
old ass House of the Dead games. Holy fuck.
That sounds like something we definitely gotta watch together.
These House of the Dead debuted in 1996. It's as old as me, dude.
Yo, editor, pull up an image of whatever the fuck they got talking about.
You're the editor.
Yeah.
Editor Bane. Do this for Bane.
Yo, editor, come on.
You never seen the arcade cabinets or anything like that?
No, I actually don't. I mean, I have played Metal Slug on an arcade machine, but besides that,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not because I didn't leave in that time, because that definitely was a thing around that time. It just wasn't a thing in Argentina. that's
I got
the
you.
problem.
I'll show you a
Young for it,
fucking
kiddo. Trust me.
Yeah.
yeah. It's fucking lit, and just kept getting more fucking cool.
They
and
play
stuff.
Dance Dance Revolution, or at least like a knockoff of it.
True.
Enjoy that. Like that shit's fire.
Oh, that looks. You know, they actually had something like this, but it wasn't this game. I'm sure. I'm sure it wasn't this game, but they
There
did
was
have
always
something like this.
always a lot of different ones, but House
Yeah.
of the Dead really stood apart. Like I
Yeah.
used to love, and I still do.
There was ones
Jurassic
with
Park
cars too, but
arcade
like
games.
yeah.
Yeah.
Those are
Yeah.
great.
Um,
I'm a big fan of
And
arcades, man. They're good.
to-
Good fucking
to
time.
segue into where we currently are at this moment of the podcast is that I've been on a Borderlands binge lately.
Hey.
And I've been having
Mhm.
some fun with it.
What about the show, bro? You watch?
But
I didn't.
this article was touching up about how the an interview with the owner of Gearbox and talking about the Borderlands 4.
that ever released
window.
actually? No, they didn't.
Borderlands 4 is releasing next year, and
Mhm.
we have
Okay.
a window. Okay, not a date, but a window.
It's a window.
The owner says it is impossible for the game to release before April. However, they 100% plan on releasing it before GTA 6 and a good space away from GTA 6. Now, stepping away from Borderlands,
That doesn't say anything, bro. What?
stepping
what's
away
that?
from
What is that?
Borderlands for a moment.
Uh-huh.
Okay, GTA, you guys can all understand that GTA 6, despite my thoughts on it, that game is going to be huge for a
Yeah.
launch window. Any, and I mean any, video game releasing within like a week or 2 weeks of time frame of GTA 6.
I think 2 weeks is even too short. I think GTA 6 is gonna plummet every single sale for like a while. Because you know what's the biggest factor here? It's just gonna be very expensive.
2 weeks.
I think it's gonna
At
be very
minimum
expensive.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
And even then,
I think it's a low ball though.
you don't. Yeah, that is lowballing it. Absolutely. At
That's
minimum,
definitely
it's 2
lowball.
weeks. So, what this is saying is that GTA 6, I believe they said, is releasing in September
Mhm.
of next year.
That's so soon, actually.
They really
Holy
said
shit.
that.
I didn't even remember.
Yeah.
I don't even know that. I think.
So that means that Borderlands itself will release next summer, either in May, June, July, or August. So we could get it. Who knows?
You make them out of my birthday.
In June, or maybe in May, maybe in June, maybe in July. Could be around my birthday. I don't know. But anything is possible. And I just think that this was very neat. So I will post this into
when you said that before GTA 6 thing, I didn't get it. I was like, oh, that doesn't say anything, because I didn't know GTA 6 had a release date. Now that makes sense.
It's
September.
Around September 2025.
Let's see, Borderlands 4. Just gonna narrow it down.
No.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say though that GTA 6 is gonna plummet sales for everyone else too, because it's gonna be super expensive. It's gonna be super expensive, and people are gonna need to save. And it's gonna be like, oh yeah, what's my game for like the next couple months? Because I'm gonna spend everything on GTA 6. And of course, people are gonna pick GTA 6 because fucking GTA 6. I don't even like GTA 6, and I'm probably gonna get GTA 6.
I don't like.
I mean,
Grand
GTA.
Theft Auto as a series at
I was gonna
all,
say, yeah.
And yet I 100% understand and respect that other people do.
My girlfriend's gonna get a new PC just to play GTA 6, just to put it in perspective.
I believe
like
it.
people are gonna do that. Like they're gonna buy whole new consoles. It's gonna be a big expense. That other games are gonna be like, well, probably not gonna have to release
see
for
probably
now.
a big boom in sales for consoles.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're gonna probably do these bundles, aren't they?
Then you need like the deluxe edition or something like that, or
something.
Oh, I mean, when they sell a console with a game, yeah.
Yeah, with the console.
Yeah, probably gonna do that.
Mhm.
Hey man, fucking buy, buy, and then fucking sell.
Mm-hmm.
And this does segue
True.
into this does segue like these articles into our first section of the podcast, which is movies.
Movies, we're doing movies.
And
yes,
from a Borderlands video game to, oh boy, here's the hot take. The hottest of takes of the whole episode.
Oh my god, that's why you shut up when I asked about the fucking Borderlands movie.
Okay.
Of the episodes. Are we ready? We got the Borderlands movie.
We did.
And I'm gonna be honest. No, I'm not gonna say it was good.
Okay, you ruined it now.
However, I am going to say that it did have, before I went into it, it had potential, and because of that, I think that it definitely was not the worst movie I've ever seen.
It's about
that's high praise.
Trust me, I've watched about like 5 movies since our last podcast.
Oh, nice.
That are probably worse than Borderlands.
Okay, that's
trust
good.
me, I'm going to talk about them.
Okay.
So the way I view the Borderlands movie is, so let me break it down into where it went wrong. I believe that the
Bro's talking like a video essay.
Yeah, no, it's great.
The Borderlands movie went wrong because they used characters from the games when not only did the Gearbox owner flat out say, hey, this is alternate universe, but I don't know about you guys, but when I go into like seeing movie adaptations of a video game,
like Minecraft,
and movie adaptations of a comic book or anything, I always sit there and think, okay, this is alternate universe, and this is not a 1-to-1 of the source material.
Yeah, of course.
That leads there to be a little bit more creativity. And the reason for all this is because if I went in, okay, and if I went to go see Avengers, okay, and I expected a 1-to-1 with the comics, why the fuck would I go to a movie and not just go either read the comics myself online or go watch a YouTube video of some fucker just panning over the comics?
I did that. I used to do that. That's how I read comics.
It's
That's
true,
how I read
though.
comics. I used to read a lot of comics like that.
It's to the point of where you're like, why should I have entertainment? I should have someone entertain me with why I should be entertained.
I'm ashamed about that, really, because that's so anti-art that I hate myself now for doing that.
So
it is an interesting thing that's come up, and so I'll just say this as a quick side note. Is I do watch those videos of hidden details of things you haven't seen.
Yeah, of course, that's a different one. That's different.
Them.
That's entirely different.
I like them, but
that's really nice. Yeah, that's a nice thing.
It's people, I think, should still, and I'm not always good with this, but I try to make it so I want to have my own opinion and initial thoughts on something before I hear what I should think. But I used to do that where I would just always read about things immediately, and I don't know, not necessarily a bad or a good thing, but it's just this weird thing that I used to do.
Mm-hmm.
No, maybe it's not even weird. I don't know.
What you just said strikes a chord with me, Dan.
Ooh.
And this is going to take probably a step back, and Bane's gonna laugh his ass off.
Oh my god, we're here.
It's gonna take a step back from just the episode. Just talk about I guess what what the podcast as a whole is to me. Is that I know that everyone likes to shit on my takes and all that, but I like viewing things from how I do. Okay.
Oh yeah.
This the podcast, and I feel that you two also are allowed to have a space to have your own opinion. Otherwise, what the fuck is this podcast for? What the fuck are we doing? Why are we not just pulling up a fucking IGN and reading everything that IGN says about a video game? Oh, the new Super Mario.
Oh my god, we're not talking about that? Hell yeah, we can talk about that.
We'll get into that later. We will. But it's we don't need opinions. We just need the opinions of critics. Okay?
True.
We just need we need the opinions of of critics for anything, okay? So why Bane? Why the fuck should you like or dislike an anime? It doesn't matter, okay? The critics say one thing, so that means that I don't know, JoJo's is the greatest thing and Freerun doesn't even touch it.
Yeah, I actually agree with that opinion. I think that is a pretty good opinion.
Sure, okay. Sure.
I think your friend's pretty good, but JoJo's part 7, it doesn't even come close to that.
Sure.
JoJo's part 8?
But at that point, it's okay, well, Freerun is at JoJo's part 7 level, so then Freerun is not worth the time, because it's not JoJo's part 7.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna...
the critics should not fucking matter. The public opinion should not fucking matter. And that's why I'm always as passionate about my takes.
I like that.
Everyone in my server roasts me about it. Not only is it because they're in a scheme with Bane to take over the campfire.
That is true.
Okay, it's Bane's army rising up. I'm being plotted against. One of these days, I'll wake up in a fucking desert. Fuck if I know. But until then, I'm gonna keep having my own opinions.
No, that's perfect. I love that for you, and that's an amazing thing. And I think that makes you a very interesting person to talk to. You never know what's gonna come out of your mouth, and I love that.
Oh, I love you too. But yeah, Dan, from what you said, like, you know, you like to have your own opinions and form them. Like, that's what I feel like we're doing here, and we always have, and hopefully we always will. And that's what I love the most about this. It's like, you know, we have things we agree on, but we have things, you know, like different kind of interests, you know?
Yeah.
So that shit's beautiful.
It did get beautiful. So now to go back to the Borderlands.
Wait. This is one second. I don't. Before we segue into the movie again, I just want to make a really quick footnote, and I think it's just my opinion on this thing is that it is true that you should form your own opinions, of course, but I think it is also completely valid that you use other people's opinions, or at least the people that you trust have a similar taste to you. Right. To know if you should watch something or not, right? Like, I am not gonna go watch the Borderlands movie for a while, because I've heard from people I trust, and I know share similar opinions with me, that it is not worth the time. Because it's true that you should form your own opinions, yeah, but not everyone has all the free time in the world, and you should pick and choose what you want to use your time on. Like, oh, I don't want to sit and watch the Borderlands movie just because I want to, like, have an opinion on it, right? Of course, you shouldn't be so vocal about it if you haven't watched it. Yeah, like, it's stupid to not watch a movie and just go with the flow and say, "Oh yeah, everyone says shit, so it's completely shit." But I'm just saying that
I think that's totally valid. Yeah, and there is a reason that that is what people do for a living. They to inform you and to make sure that you are in making helping you make those informed decisions. It's nice. Yeah. It's like it's been a while since I've like ever like watched a review like of a video game to honestly say like, okay, I'm not sure if I'm gonna buy it. Let me see. Let me decide.
Yeah, it's not a thing because the stuff that's not free, right? You gotta pay.
Right, but after I've seen a movie, I do like to hear what people say. I do.
Yeah, that's
it helps me because I don't always know exactly what the specific things you know, that were lost on me are. It's nice to see it go back.
No, yeah, of course, that's a whole different thing. And I think that's completely fine. I don't think there's any room for argument even to just hear other people's opinions. I think it just helps enrichen your own. You know, it broadens your view. Like, maybe you learn something about it that makes you maybe on a second rewatch or something like that pay more attention to it, or even look for it in other movies. Like, oh yeah, I like how they used the lightning in this movie, so I'm gonna pay more attention to lightning in other movies.
I resonate more so with what Dan is saying more than what you did, Bane. About, like, you know, I understand where you're coming from. Okay, you are right. Not everyone has all the time in the world, and
or the money, like Dan said.
They want to use that time to, like, sparingly. I think that there is a level. I think that there's a level at which you gauge something. Where, like, okay, when they announce a Borderlands movie, if that piques your interest, even if you're unsure about it, I still think you find a way, legally, to watch it, which I totally watched it legally. I have my movie ticket somewhere.
Can't find it though. Got lost.
Yeah, it's in the back of the
lost, okay? It probably got lost in the washer, totally.
Yeah.
Along with my receipt for my popcorn.
I get what you mean with that, and I totally agree. There is definitely a level. There's definitely levels to it. Because I'm gonna go watch the Minecraft movie, and I don't care what anyone says.
Okay. That's a perfect example.
So fucking disappointed at that, but you know what? I can't say. I can't.
I'm gonna go watch it legally, okay? Legally. I'm gonna make that clear.
Legally, or
it's probably legally. I'm gonna watch it legally. It's probably gonna be so bad it's funny, and I just want that, you know? I just want it to be so bad it's funny. That's what I'm looking for.
I do agree with you on that. I think it will be really bad.
Yeah, I do think it's gonna. I don't have even the slightest hope for it to actually surprise me and be good. Not even the tiniest glimmer of hope. No, I know it's gonna be dog shit. I'm not gonna support it directly, I mean, I'm gonna definitely buy the ticket and all, but I'm not gonna support it directly because I don't like that kind of stuff.
It ends up being good.
Yeah.
It will be such.
It would be so
It'll be
funny,
such a
dude.
role reversal.
It would be so
I'm
funny.
waiting for all of us to get trolled hardcore to the point where like what we saw in that trailer is just like a small portion of it and of the movie, and then the rest of the movie actually is animated. And
It just actually peak.
Bro.
Okay.
Oh god.
Okay, hear this. It's like some bullshit. Okay, the Ender Dragon wakes up and roars, and the roar releases like a pulse of energy and just pixelates everything.
Oh
Just
god.
everything to a goddamn block, and then like Jack
This is some
out
insane levels of code breaking here. Be careful.
It is insane. It is insane. But that would be the hardest troll of all time.
It would be insane.
It would be insane. But yes, going
I would
back to
love
everything.
to be wrong, man. Like that, it deserves to be a good movie because it's a good game and it has it. People
Fucking
love it,
Minecraft,
and it's a cult classic, and it just deserves to be good.
Mm-hmm.
But man,
not gonna
yeah,
be
it's
good,
really got
though.
everything stacked against it.
Look, it might end.
Herobrine, if Herobrine doesn't show up, I'm gonna kill myself on
The
stream.
fucking post-credit scene.
In game, in Minecraft, gonna jump off a cliff in Minecraft. Gonna die fall
Literally
damage.
so true.
The Herobrine has to show up. It's gonna be so
I
fucking
don't know,
funny.
man. That shit's like the fucking battle pass. Like I can't believe it's a real movie.
Yeah, yeah. I'm so sad that it's
can't
come
believe
to
it's a
this,
real
like this fucking slop adaptations. But I gotta watch it. It's fucking the Minecraft movie.
Yeah.
How am I not gonna watch it?
I'd rather the movie be part of a battle pass at this point.
Dude, put Steve in Fortnite.
Ignore
They
it.
should do that. Put Steve in Fortnite,
They
please.
should do
How
that.
is it taking
actually.
so long? He's on fucking Smash. It can't be that hard.
That's true. It can't be that hard. So going back to
The Borderlands movie.
my
You want to
hot
talk
take
about
of the
it?
night, okay?
Yeah.
I think it was the wrong choice for them to use the actual characters from the Borderlands universe
Mm-hmm.
as the focus. I think what they could have done was they could have done their own like new characters where like okay, this is gonna be ridiculous, but I'm just shoehorning in the most random names. Okay, instead of Lilith, why didn't we have someone named like Natalie or whatever? And then instead of Roland, we have like Philip. Why is Kevin Hart playing someone named Philip? I will never know. But it's happening in this movie. And because the basis for the movie is Lilith discovering that she is a siren. And that's like that self-discovery story is actually pretty interesting. Like as a whole, did they execute it the best? Absolutely not. But I've seen films that do like execute their storylines a hell of a lot worse, and I'm gonna get into quite a few of them after this. But all in all, the Borderlands movie was a flop. It was a major letdown, as everyone expected. However, I definitely do not think it deserves the title of the worst movie of the year, because that, my friends, goes to probably like a shit ton of the other movies I'm gonna pull up on this watched list, which we're gonna go from an in-game psycho to a potentially questionable individual. Do either of you two know of the Cool Cat movies
No.
and Derek Savage?
Oh, yes, you have mentioned this to me. When you said that guy's name, I remembered, but I haven't watched them.
Derek Savage has like the most strange reputation, because like what'll happen is people, and God, I'm putting us on the chopping block next if he ever finds out.
He's gonna find out.
So I'm gonna code name him from now on, okay? So what Sarek Davidge will do is, when people criticize his work and such, as long as they're not like shit posting on it, it's like, you know, they're giving like, you know, objective criticism and such. He will take that criticism and he'll present like a front of being like positive and such. It's like, hey, I appreciate I appreciate your viewpoints on this and the feedback, and then like he'll make like even certain people like PewDiePie or yes, PewDiePie, or I think his name was Monkey Jones or whatever, but other YouTubers, like he's like, okay, well, he'll reach out to them and talk about like, hey, I'm filming the next Cool Cat project and I want you to be in it. You'll come talk to my people. My people will talk to your people.
Wait, did PewDiePie show up in a movie or
what? No, PewDiePie didn't show up. But you know, if shit goes south from there, then like Sarek Davidge, yes, that's who we're talking about. Sarek Davidge will start going on a rampage of getting copyright strikes on any and all YouTube content that is either centered around or even mentions his name from that creator.
From Sarek Davidge?
Yeah, Sarek Davidge will go like...
He's gonna take all our money, dude. We can't have that.
Yeah, so... And the thing is that... If Sarek Davidge treats these Cool Cat films this serious, then the films must be something, right? Well, what these Cool Cat films is, they attempt to be like the next big children book, like, because he does have books that he's made and, you know, sold, and that's how we get
not many of them, but
yeah, he has books, and they're supposed to be like educational and very like kid friendly, that like some you would see on Disney Channel or whatever, you know? That's his dream, is getting stuff on whatever PBS Kids was or something. But, you know, this not like putting aside our subjective views of like, oh, well, we just think it's cringy. No, we gotta put that aside. But right. I don't know where else to start the objective criticism, quite like hiring a male porn star to be your officer in your children's movie.
Well, I mean, okay, I'm gonna say, maybe what I'm gonna say is, like, porn actors are like real people too, you know? Just because you're a porn actor or something like that doesn't mean that you can't work on other stuff, you know? As long as there's not anything explicit on it, it's like, dude, whatever, hire an actor. It was probably a cheap actor. If he did porn on the side, doesn't matter, you know? We shouldn't judge him for that, and we shouldn't judge the director for it.
He's a well-known porn actor, though.
He's a what?
Well-known. He's pretty well-known.
Like, well-known?
How well-known are we talking?
Rose got a rep?
Pretty.
How many bodies on him?
I'm
What's the body count?
Like that. Look, you can Google that shit. Anywho, the other...
if he's well known, then you can open a case for that, sure. Like, if we have fucking Johnny Sins up on the screen, I probably wouldn't want my kids to watch that.
Yeah, we're somewhere on that level.
Wow.
Drop a name, though. Who is it?
I'm not dropping a name.
Just send it after.
Why'd you not drop the name, bro?
Do your research after.
Yeah, you can do some research.
Okay, sure.
After. But the other thing is what he has done is he will dub because he got into a disagreement with the actor who he
I see where this is going.
to play.
I see where this is going.
Since he got into it with the actor who played like Cool Cat, who wore the Cool Cat fursuit and such.
Yep,
He
I
dubbed over all of that, so the audio is off. The plot is. It's all over the place. Holy fuck. And like
yeah, for a kids
all
movie?
of his movies like reuse very similar scenes. Like based not even similar, it's just reusing the same scenes. And like I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. And I know the one thing I'm gonna give Sarek Davidge here is that he genuinely is passionate about wanting to make this educational content
that's cool.
for children, even if he's struggling, obviously, and he doesn't make the best choices. So that's the Cool Cat. The two movies are Cool Cat Saves the Kids and Cool Cat The Virus Wars.
The Virus Wars. Is it about COVID or something?
Yes, actually.
That's what I was thinking too. Yeah, it sounds about right.
So why
that? So now we're actually getting into all the rest of the movies I've seen.
Is it something?
How long are they?
Huh? I'm pretty sure they're both on YouTube.
Yeah.
They're both like 2 hours long.
Jesus Christ, 2 hours! I thought it was gonna be like a 50-minute thing.
No, it's not. It's not 50 minutes.
And you sat through them.
Yes, I did.
Well, you could have watched something else.
That's pretty base.
I could have.
That's pretty
you know
bad.
what? My buddy Jason and I were. I mean, you guys met Jason.
Yeah, we met Jason. We tried to play Pilgrim with him.
We did play Pilgrim.
We tried our best. We can talk about that later on the gaming section.
We can. Now I'm gonna
jump through
the rest of my films, going from the shittiest to probably the best.
The peakest.
From the shittiest movie I think I've seen
From the pen.
is the Goldilocks and the Three Bears horror movie.
It's already out? Jesus.
And it was absolutely awful. There was like...
Who could have seen that one coming?
I get it. The concept is your actions have consequences, but the actors just... The acting, the voice line, everything about it was just...
Didn't have the action part of the consequences.
The action part was making the fucking movie to begin with. It was like overall a bad movie. Like it was like almost laughably bad. that was something. Next is Tarot, which focuses around a group of friends finding a group of tarot cards, reading the tarot cards, and tarot cards are cursed, and then they kill everyone, basically.
Do they have like cool zodiac signs or something?
It's the new one.
Okay.
It was pretty bad.
Never heard of that one.
Most horror movies are bad, actually.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, I meant to. Never mind.
Oh, absolutely. No. I don't think, Bane, I don't think you realize, like, if you're talking about theatrical release horror movies,
yeah, I'm talking about those.
There's something that could be argued there. Okay,
True.
Like, yeah, you will have your bad movies, but a lot of the theatrical release horror movies are actually semi-decent, if not really well.
It's mild to release, actually.
You open up our legal website that we use and go to the horror tab, and a majority of that shit is just that shit.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes they're enjoyably bad. Like,
Winnie the Pooh! I actually like that
Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey, because it's pooing time!
Oh yeah.
one. I actually enjoy watching that
Yeah,
with
we
you
saw the
guys.
first
That
one
was actually
together.
enjoyable.
I
Yeah.
thought
The
it was
second one is ass. I'll tell
very
you that.
unnecessary.
Well, it's
Unnecessary
ass,
thing.
but it's fun to watch at least, with your friends. I wouldn't watch that by myself though. That would be a sniff fest.
Next, we have The Mousetrap, which is the horror movie that tried to be meta, but was pretty fucking ass regardless. And to the point where James A. Janice of Dead Meat did a kill count on it, and half the time he was berating this film of how much he hated it. So what this is like, this is the horror movie of because Steamboat Willie entered the public domain. So, slasher.
Oh yeah, the Mickey.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that actually still coming out, or was that just like?
That's the one he's talking about right now.
Well, okay. There's multiple of them.
I didn't know you were. I thought you were talking about Blood and Honey.
It's there is like one where I think it's called the Steamboat or whatever, where it's an actual like killer rat on the loose.
Yeah, but like, why is it always horror movies though? Like that's something I saw on Twitter. I was like, yeah, that's true. Why is it the public domain? They immediately do horror movies. Why is it that genre that predominates? I don't get it.
Yeah, it's just
what's it about it? Is it easy to ride or what?
I don't know. I guess people just have a twisted imagination.
I honestly, I would pin it on like Five Nights at Freddy's. Like people think like, oh, like things that are cute and that
could be it.
Makes sense.
Yeah, mascot horror.
Next we have a fairly simple movie that it wasn't even horror, it was just action. It was called Arena Wars. Imagine this. Bane. You're on death row.
Yes.
But you were offered a chance. Okay? Instead of taking the death penalty, you can join a lineup of other prisoners and compete in a reality show.
I thought it would be the car one.
Into a mosh pit. With a bunch of like where you're supposed to work with other inmates to survive armed psychos.
Oh, go on.
I see.
That's just like Squid Game meets the.
What happens to the armed psychos though? Are they gonna go back to jail or?
Fight them with basically your bare hands, and they are armed.
Okay, but did they go back to jail after though? That's what I want to know.
No,
I want to learn about the lore.
Stars. They are stars. You are not. You are the inmate and basically the fodder.
Can you kill them though?
But you can try to kill them, and then they will cleave you in half because they are armed. Not sometimes. Like one dude, I think had a harpoon gun. There were like 2 different chainsaw wielders, a few like sword wielders, and like a guy who like juggled knives or whatever.
Okay, but like, come on, you're with a bunch of people. They got melee weapons. It can't be that hard to kill somebody like that. Come on.
You would be surprised because they're armored.
Oh, they're okay. Now that's some bullshit, right? Okay, now that's some bullshit right there.
Instead of being put on death row, you're offered up as entertainment on the biggest uphill battle that you physically cannot win. And the only reason why the main character got out alive is because he's ex-military.
And because he's the main character.
Yeah, he is the main character. He's got shonen as plot armor, and it's not even an anime. Anywho, next we're getting into one where it's like, I think from here on out, the rest of the films are not bad, but they are just like, they either are well, or they just leave a bit to be desired. Starting off with the 2024 remake of Salem's Lot. So, for those who don't know, like Bane,
Those who know.
Salem's Lot.
Mango,
Salem's
mango,
Lot
mango.
was originally a short series based off of Stephen King's book of the same name.
I know Stephen King's book.
And,
I didn't watch the movie though.
but it was like a 3-part television series that was from like the 80s or whatever, or the 70s or something. They were old. They're old as hell. But they did really well. And then we got a movie adaptation where I will say, they wrapped everything up in like one setting. There's no way they could make a sequel out of this. There's no way that they can continue this or anything. It's like they told that they had the introduction to a story. They had an ending to the story. The problem is the middle and what the story actually is left way too much to be desired. It felt way too rushed. There was not enough development. It was kind of like lukewarm. And so kind of boring. But that's Salem's Lot. Not bad. I think Salem's Lot was a better watch than Cool Cat Saves the Kids. But what do I know? That's just me. Next is Trap. And Trap is an interesting film about a dad takes his daughter to a concert. And we find out that the FBI is actually using the concert as a way to track down a known terrorist, and the terrorist is actually the father. Well, I mean, it's also Bane.
You spoiled the fucking movie, bro!
It's revealed not only in the trailer, but also the first few seconds.
Okay.
It's like the father is torturing someone, and then like it cuts to him driving like his daughter to the concert.
I see.
Convention center or whatever. Anyway, it had some goofy elements, mostly the scene about how he pulled a college student into his van using only one hand and like from a decent feet away, whatever. It was funny. It's like the guy was like, "Wah!" It was funny. It's like he's just talking one moment and just magically gets pulled into a van. Next, the conclusion of the X trilogy, Maxine. The Maxine film.
Are there like triple X movies or what X movie?
X movies.
They're
like okay, so
it's not triple X. Yeah.
X, Pearl, Maxine, and X was very interesting. It touched up a lot on like
what it means to be human. Very deep movie.
Kind of. And then Pearl shows the traumatic backstory of our antagonist from the first film. And then Maxine is the the chapter of a final girl who survived the first movie, but it was something. It was something.
I'm not sure we're talking about the same triple X, bro.
We're not. You're thinking of the shitty action series.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Horror series.
Okay.
So next is Never Let Go, and this one I really liked. And there's question if this just touches up on like schizophrenia or not, but it's about a mother in the woods with her 2 boys, and what happens is like they're secluded from the world because they believe the world is dead, and the mom is seeing like monsters, but the house is safe from the monsters. But if the monsters like touch like a human body, then like they're like possessed or whatever.
Dude, I love movies like that, but like when it's actually like a twist at the end. I actually love movies like that.
There is kind of a twist.
No, I mean, but like when the whole premise ends up being a twist, like, oh yeah, there are people trapped in the woods and the outside is dangerous, and then it's revealed at the end that the outside was okay. Kind of like Shingeki no Kyojin. Did you guys ever watch Shingeki no Kyojin?
That's
Attack on
kind
Titan.
of what this was.
I love Shingeki.
The ending, like, because the ending involves like a first aid helicopter coming and rescuing the boys.
You gotta stop spoiling all the endings because what if I want to watch?
Yeah, bro, come on.
Well, I don't know.
I like your opinion. I like your recommendations for horror movies because you know a lot of obscure ones that I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly.
So,
I
that's
spend
good.
a lot of time on my favorite legal website. I mean, Movie Meter. Next,
you do. No, it's
the
cool.
second
This time don't spoil it, bro.
The second best horror movie I have seen since our last podcast.
Yeah.
Good old Terrifier 3.
Oh yeah, it came out. That's
nice.
true. It
It
came
did. They not only did David Leone confirm right before this film came out that there would be a fourth one, but the ending of this one left us, like, more so than the first or second one, left us questioning and hoping for a fourth one, because I felt like that after the second one they didn't need to make a third one. But then the first one feels very standalone, so they didn't even need to make a second one, but they did anyway. But the third one ties both the first and second one together, and we get like a lot of interesting lore that, like, about art, and like there's actual motives and such. But unlike the other horror movies where, like, I felt like that they were too mid to really care about.
I thought you loved the Terrifier.
I'm not gonna spoil this one. I'm not gonna. No, I mean the movies I previously talked about.
Yeah, because I'm definitely gonna watch this one. I watched 1 and 2 recently from your recommendation.
I haven't watched 2 yet.
3 is good. Three is good. The only other spoiler I will give is that the second one, especially the second one, and the first one, both got a lot of flack of being very misogynistic with how brutal they are towards female cast. This third one levels that playing field. Oh my god. They do. That's way awesome. That men are killed in this one, I think we've leveled that scale.
That's really...
lastly, the greatest movie I think I've seen since our last...
It's gonna be insane if it's about Terrifier. That's gonna be crazy.
Speak No Evil is apparently a remake of an older movie, but it was very interesting because we have our family that we focus around, and they meet another family. And the second family, which they met on vacation, they invite over, and it's like, oh yeah, let's. Turns out that they're in the woods and secluded, and there's a bit of unease about this family. And
2024.
Yeah. Speak No Evil.
With the guy from With Us, Professor X.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's good. It's really good. That's all the movies that I have watched. Now, before I go into my watch list and upcoming films, I want to ask, Bane, has there been anything that you have watched? Any movies you have
actually, for one, do have. Okay. I'm not sure if I would put anime movies in the same category, even if they are.
Okay.
Movies,
fair piece. Anime, like, unlike actual movies or whatever that we get, like anime movies are very tied to their source material. Like the Demon Slayer movie, for example. That's like you watch the first season of Demon Slayer, then you go watch the Demon Slayer Mugen Train movie. Like,
so, there's a lot of them.
Yeah, you're right. So no anime movies. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm revoking that card. I'm taking it back.
That's fine. Yeah, movies. I get it. So I think the only one I watched that is an anime, well, the only ones, where I was rewatching the Transformer movies with my girlfriend, and well, I don't know what is there to say about Transformers besides, well, it looks really cool, you know. I can spew the same critics that everyone says, like, oh yeah, it's too human focused and it's not focused on Transformers like the comics and the fucking old movie is, right? Because I mean, we already know why, because it was too fucking expensive to actually animate the Transformers, so they couldn't get as much screen time as they could. And newer movies, they don't even fix that. It's still very human focused, and the human part is very fucking boring. You just watch it because cool explosions and cool animations, you know. It's actually just brain rot. But I gotta give it to them on the technical level. That shit looks insane. Like the reflections, and for the time it came out, it's crazy. Like watching it, you're like, I'm gonna say what everyone says here again. I'm sorry, I'm just being repetitive, but for the time it came out, that is insane. And then you compare it to stuff that comes out now, and you're like, gosh, if only they gave artists the time that they need to actually work on this stuff and make it look as good as this, or at least even come close, we would have so many more higher quality movies. Like, imagine just Marvel on a budget, or not a budget, because they do have the money, they just don't spend it on the right places. They just keep paying fucking Robert Downey Jr. to come back like a fucking fourth time, this time as Doctor Doom.
Ridiculous, yeah.
This fucking...
Oh my god, that reminds me, we never got back to that.
That is
I made a comment about that.
Yeah.
I made a comment about that.
We can pause that and then come back to it later if you want.
Like, but like, that's the thing. Like, on a closing note, we talked of one of our episodes. I think it was episode 2.
Yeah, I think it was episode
or maybe
2,
it was episode 3. But it was one of the episodes that I like.
Yeah, we did mention.
And I said, oh wait, by the way, Robert Downey Jr. is confirmed to return as Doctor Doom, and the two of you were like, oh, about it, and then I said, I'm actually excited, and then you were like, what the fuck? Oh wait, no, we gotta go, okay? We can't talk about
fuck
this.
You. Yeah, we can't talk about that. Fuck you. Never mind. We're cutting it again. We're not talking about it. Maybe next one.
Okay.
Well, if you want to talk about it,
I'm kidding.
I don't have that much of a fucking opinion on Marvel, but I'm curious what you have to say.
Yeah,
maybe
not right now. What are you gonna say, bro?
I do have.
I'm finished on the Transformer. No, never mind. Fuck that. I want to hear why you're excited about Doctor Doom.
No. I want to, before we talk about Doctor Doom, I want to bring up one thing that, because you know, this talks about a movie that I know you are also interested in. Do we have a fucking release date window for the Wallace and Gromit movie?
It's Christmas. It's coming out Christmas. It's December.
Are you sure about that?
It's coming out on Christmas.
Let me get my guy to check it up. Dan, look it up.
Let me call my secretary, real quick. Yo, Akron.
I got you.
Last time I heard about it's Christmas.
Let me get my
December
guy
18th.
18th, there you
December 18th.
I thought it was around Christmas.
Okay. So we're gonna. Well, no, you're gonna watch that with your girlfriend. Fuck.
I wanna watch that on a fucking cinema, bro. Fuck my girlfriend. I'm gonna go to a cinema to watch that.
I'll watch that with you, Akron.
Why don't fuck my girlfriend? God. Yeah, no, I won't watch it with you.
That's crazy.
I want to do it into a movie party. I actually didn't know it was going to theaters, so that means that our
I'm pretty sure it is. At least here.
If it's going to theaters, then I mean I'll go see it in theaters and then watch it legally in theaters with extra.
I do have Netflix and it's coming out on Netflix, so I am actually gonna watch it legally again.
Oh, is it Netflix only?
I think it's coming out. I'm pretty sure it's gonna get a theatrical release too, but it is coming Netflix.
Theatrical release.
It's fucking Wallace and Gromit, please.
Like, how can you? I get it. Like, the movie industry wants to kill stop motion. I get that. But
That is
Jesus
true.
Yeah.
Christ, like that.
It's all about
like,
money. I hate capitalism.
Come on, like, come the fuck on. I don't know.
Yeah, I hope it has a full theatrical release.
That's-
so too.
and it
I haven't been this hyped for a movie in forever. Since fucking Avengers
Don't say.
Endgame. Call me fucking
Well,
sorry, whatever, but when I was a kid, Avengers Endgame was the biggest thing to ever come, like, in existence.
Bane,
Yeah, Endgame was pretty hype, man.
Yeah.
You still are a kid, Bane.
Dude, I still am a kid. I'm 21, bro.
You're a fucking child.
21. Can you do something for
Can you
me?
do something for me?
So you guys want to hear what I have to say about
Yeah, please talk about Doctor Doom,
Okay.
please.
Sure, yeah.
I'm excited because of what this could mean for the MCU going forward, and that's because it's no surprise that the MCU has been in shambles lately. It's sad. Regardless of what anyone says, I liked Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I don't give a fuck.
Respectable take. Respectable, but barely.
Everyone thinks that it was literally the worst Marvel film. And
Okay, Jesus, no. The public opinion, I think, is generally acceptable on that movie. I think it's kind of on the middle.
That movie, except for me.
That is not true. A lot of people love that fucking movie. You know, Tobey Maguire came back.
Like Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah, a lot of people fucking love that movie. They love that movie. They ate it the fuck up.
The only okay.
Am I going crazy here, Dan? Do you agree? Am I crazy?
I don't really remember the following the public reception of it. I didn't really get into it.
Did you watch it?
I fell off on watching Marvel movies
I get it.
for a period.
I get that though.
I still need to catch up on Venom. I never did.
I need to catch up on the sequel to Black Panther. I think that's the only one I haven't watched yet.
I need to watch Black Panther: Wakanda Forever.
I gotta watch it. I kind of like the first one. I think it's one of the better Marvel movies. I think it's one of the better ones.
Greatest Marvel films.
Okay, calm down, buddy. But it is on the better side.
I liked it more than Infinity War and Endgame.
I think that I respect that take.
Oh, wow.
I like that take. I respect that.
I loved Black Panther. It was really fucking dope.
I think for a Marvel
Black
movie, it's
Panther
pretty
is
okay.
also super dope as a superhero.
Yeah,
Jeez,
I agree with that. Black Panther is awesome.
Anywho, so
Doctor Doom, yeah.
Not just getting back to it. Not just it's not just the MCU's like movies that have been going down. It's the now a lot of this has been forgotten, but there were times like in interviews at Comic-Cons back at the start of 2024 where the writers were or not the writers, but the
makers,
the
those
directors,
guys.
The directors flat out said that they don't have shame in bringing back characters from the dead if it keeps their movies going, which is fucked.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
And that is one factor. The other factor of how this and all this will tie in.
Wait, do you think this means
why
Iron Man's not going to come back? Is that what you think?
Somewhat. Okay.
I see.
Hold off there. There.
We put a pause on it. Put a pin on it.
Yeah, exactly. Put a pin in it. So this is one of the few reasons. The other reason I will give is that I remember.
Get it?
That a few of the actors from the original cast of the Avengers hated their time at Disney, and I was under the impression that Robert Downey Jr. was one of the people with that, like in that group. The two I know of were Captain America's actor and Thor's actor. Thor is done.
Both
He's
Chris's.
gone. he wants nothing to do with Marvel anymore. He is done. He doesn't want to play Thor anymore. He doesn't want to play in any movies. He wants nothing to do with this.
Awesome.
I was also wrong about the one who played Captain America because, you know what? I'm gonna say it because I don't care. We are already so many months out from Deadpool and Wolverine. If you haven't seen it,
yeah, fuck you if you haven't seen it. Yeah,
no.
You assume at this point, fuck you. You didn't even care about the movie. You haven't watched it yet.
No, you're getting spoiled.
Yeah, fuck you.
So,
wait, do you watch it then? Wait, I'm sorry. Wait,
which one is it?
Deadpool and Wolverine.
No, I have not seen it.
Fucking mic.
I'll mute.
All right, I'm sorry, Dan. I'm sorry.
Deafen yourself. We'll text him when it happens. So, when we had the Human the
Human Torch,
the Human Torch in it, I thought that the actor who played, because it's Captain America, and that's the joke in the movie. Said it's like when. Because he's about to shout "Flame on," and then Deadpool is like "Avengers Assemble," and then it's "Flame on." He says,
"I remember the scene." Yeah,
that was hilarious.
That was so. Dude, I love seeing the Human Torch again. I laughed
way more than I should have at that point. It's like, dude,
I was hyped as fuck. Other than laughing.
He's okay. Like he's saying that he's okay with coming back to the MCU if he's the Human Torch. He doesn't want to play Captain America anymore.
That's so funny.
I thought he didn't want to be part of the MCU anymore.
I see. He just likes the end for Captain America.
Yeah, he just doesn't want to play Captain America anymore.
I like that.
Valid. So, I thought Robert Downey Jr. was also in a camp with Thor of like, he doesn't want to be in Disney anymore. No, he's just ready to move on from Iron Man.
He got paid. You can tell Dan to unmute, I think, now.
Yeah, we need to get there.
Yeah, let's get Dan back in here. Let's get him back.
So, we know that... Thank you, Danny boy. Love you. But, we know that Robert Downey Jr. is being paid a metric shitload.
No, I think they even released a number and all. I am pretty sure I saw a number and it was so stupidly high. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh my god. There's an article somewhere and I'm sure that you can look it up.
But I like the Fantastic Four and I love Doctor Doom. And the fact that Robert Downey Jr. is gonna play fucking Doctor Doom, I don't know, I don't like that at all.
It just could have been anyone else that like really could have like benefited from this career opportunity.
Yeah, it's also Doctor fucking Doom.
Yes. Yeah. However, the way I'm looking at it again is that the MCU's on a downhill, and this might be the morale boost that the majority of us need to make a U-turn and just start climbing up again, because otherwise, we're all very doomer about the MCU. Like, now seeing an actor that we are familiar with, that we love, coming as Doctor Doom.
I think that it's actually doing the opposite for me, like, totally the opposite.
For you, yes.
I get
I mean, he's going to probably just have the mask on the full time, but he's going to have probably his face at some point. Because
the thing is...
the way the voice is, that matters too.
The people that care about Robert Downey Jr. coming back don't even know who Doctor Doom is. I'm 100% sure a shit ton of people just heard the name Doctor Doom for the first time recently.
The thing is that
I think that's true.
You say that
some people,
and that's fair. That's fair. But the reason why I'm convinced that it is a good thing, and normally I don't do this, I never do the whole ratio, use the majority. I'm the one where I get ratioed against by the two of you. That's what this whole podcast is about. However, I'm going to ratio you, Bane, for one of the few times.
Okay.
When that when Robert Downey Jr. stepped up in that Comic-Con, took off his mask, the entire crowd at Comic-Con
They went
went
crazy.
fucking insane.
Okay, let me say that's not a
This
good
is
gauge.
what we need.
Even though I
This is what we
agree
need.
that a lot of people are hyped for it. First of all, they are Comic-Con. They're gonna eat anything that Marvel throws at them like fucking rabid dogs. Second of all,
Oh
imagine
my God,
going to what you think.
That's such a perfect segue. Why can't you just save that for later?
I'm sorry, but like, I'm just saying that, and you can type it in the chat, and we can
Yeah.
come back later to what you think. But second of all, imagine you're going to a Comic-Con and you're not expecting much, right? Like Marvel's fucking dying, whatever, and then you see Robert Downey Jr. up there. You don't even give a fuck what they're talking about. That's Robert Downey Jr. up on the stage, and you're
Right.
seeing him on person. Anyone would cheer regardless if they give a fuck about Doctor Doom or not. I agree with your point that a lot of people are gonna go watch the movies because of Robert Downey Jr., but I don't think that's particularly a good case for why it's a good thing. I want a good product, and it's not like the MCU doesn't have money. It's not like we're like fucking Legends of Frontier, like, oh please make, oh no, please bring something
Yeah.
back. We need the money, please. Like the MCU has enough money to do whatever the fuck they want, and they choose to spend a large portion on that, on bringing back an actor that like already fulfilled his whole fucking arc with Iron Man just because they wanted to do Doctor Doom. Bruh.
The one thing,
And the CGI is gonna be awful. We already know that.
well, yes, because it's CGI, and they're gonna use AI because
Dude, imagine, I'm gonna kill myself.
In Minecraft.
In Minecraft, jumping off a cliff in Minecraft.
Jarvis, initiate AI fucking shit slop mode.
Ulgrin, this is an official Ulgrin bot take, is you're jumping off a cliff in Minecraft now. Yeah, you saw what I was going with there. But I also don't blame them for bringing in an established actor because.
Well, no, it sells, bro. That's not the point, though.
Right now, the MCU is in it is desperate.
Yeah.
Because not only do we have it bad with the movies, but you also know that the MCU is in hot water right now with a certain actor.
Wait, who?
The Kang the Conqueror actor.
Oh, yeah.
Controversy.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that, actually. I forgot about Kang.
So, you really can't blame them for going all in with a familiar actor that they love. Is it predatory that they are? It's exactly as you said. We're eating it up because we love the actor. But in their situation, I really can't say we didn't give them the ammo.
Yeah.
So that's my take on it. Is that I don't. While I think there could potentially have been a better actor, but however, I don't think Robert Downey Jr. is objectively a bad actor for the role, or a bad actor in general.
I mean,
and I think
you can argue that you could give the role to like an actual. Fuck, I forgot Doctor Doom's fucking nationality, but you can give it to like an actual actor from that place instead of giving it to Robert Downey Jr. I guess that's the best argument for it. We're talking about morality.
Myself from making a really dark comment, so
oh my.
But
Jesus.
Yeah, they played it safe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested to see how it happens. I think everyone is too doomer pilled when they say that Robert Downey Jr. playing Doctor Doom now ruins the MCU even more. I think that it
does ruin it even more, though.
Save.
I think it says a lot. I think it says a lot about what they think.
Going to save them.
Oh, their ideology.
I don't know about that, but man, I appreciate your whole. I don't know.
I just think it says a lot about how they see the MCU, and like it just confirms further that they don't care about the product they're making. They just want to make a shit ton of money, and they don't care about doing a faithful not necessarily faithful, but at least an interesting adaptation of the story or something. It's like they stopped caring a long time ago and whatever. I don't even
Do
care
you know
about it.
who actually cares about their product, unlike the MCU?
Us.
Well, yes, but also the Wallace and Gromit movie.
That is
They're
true.
gonna make like six fucking follow-up movies, and they're all gonna be amazing
yeah.
and well thought out. And then maybe stop motion won't be fucking dead.
Oh, that would be awesome.
And maybe I will have to cry myself to sleep tonight.
Dude, I
Man,
love the Pinocchio
I
movie
hope,
by
stop
Guillermo del
motion
Toro.
continues to be a medium people utilize for years to come, because like Paranorman is one of my favorite movies ever.
Paranorman's so
Such
good.
Such
so
a
underrated
beautiful medium of art.
Paranorman's so underrated. Nobody talks about it.
So
yeah, no one does. It's just such a shame.
It's a good movie.
Such a good movie.
Also, Box
Dan,
Trolls.
what
Box Trolls
movies-
pretty good.
Dan, what movies have you watched since our last encounter? I know you got a lot of films because the wife was over for a visit.
Yeah, we did. We didn't watch too much. We didn't watch as much as I would have wanted to or hoped, but I did see. I did see Terrifier 1 and 2. After being a series that like I never really encountered or knew much of. Honestly, if you told me it came out a longer time ago, I would have believed it. But yeah, it's really not that old at all.
Phil.
It was great. I was not finding anything to be too gruesome or gross for me to look at. So I was a little surprised on that actually, but like it was just a different sort of horror experience than I'd ever had before. Like it didn't rely on jump scares. It didn't rely on anything really cheesy. It just got like the formula very, very clear and down to a T. Like it was setting up a premise. It had like a little bit of campy humor with like the first one and the girls and they're joking whatever, and it's a little campy, it's a little cheesy, but I really liked it. It did remind me of like some older horror movies, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre or Psycho or Nightmare on Elm Street. It was just really great. I had good things to say about it, man. Only really. And I'm excited to watch the third one. I will eventually. So stay tuned for that. And then I did see Smile 2 with my girlfriend. We both really agreed. We liked it a lot. I think we both agree, if I'm not mistaken, her words, that we liked it better. Actually, it did a lot of great things. We both really were a fan of the first one, and we were wondering, what's the second one going to be like? Is it going to be interesting? Is it going to be captivating? And yeah, I thought it did hit the mark. I thought the main character was interesting enough. I thought that their struggle was an interesting way to frame, I guess I'll just call it the smile curse, whatever you want to call it. And towards the end, towards the end of the movie, when it started to really get intense, I thought that the effects were great, the practical and the special effects, like the costuming work, the makeup, and that's all I'm gonna say really. Towards the end, and all the practical effects really blew my mind. It was great. I really enjoyed it, and I feel like the end of the second movie can make it, either, hey, we're going to do this and we're going to come back bigger and we're going to make a third one, or they could just sort of leave it there and have it be like, this is still fucked up. This is a fucked up universe, and it's not going to get better. It's doomed. So maybe you just sort of leave it at that. I'd be curious to see what happens. Hopefully it does make enough money, because I do think that it was deserved. I thought it was a well put together movie. And if they do come up with a third one, I will be right there ready to watch it, because I trust that if there's a story that the team is trying to tell, I think that they have a little bit more to say.
I
I really enjoyed
greatly appreciate that you are considerate, unlike me, and not going into detail because I have yet to see the second Smile.
Okay, great. Well, I'm
Um,
glad you didn't. I thought you did see it at this
I-
point, but
I
no.
was gonna ask you at
I
some
kept
point
it.
for gore.
I kept it
Yeah,
pretty
I need
vague.
to.
Yeah, good.
You did
You
a
should
great
watch
job.
it. I would love to know what you think.
Oh,
I really
I
liked
never
it.
plan on doing it.
Bro, watch the
I'm not doing
fucking
it.
Cool Cat movies, then watch Smile 2. The biggest horror
Because,
fan in the world.
Smile 2,
Bruh.
so the thing is that on our legal
Oh,
location,
it's not
you have
out
the
yet?
cam and you have
Yeah.
HD. I don't watch cam.
No, of course, no one does.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
and,
got
and
you.
Smile 2 is still cam.
But didn't go
It's
to
not
theaters
HD.
for it.
Is it really still?
Yeah, it's still cam.
How long
I
ago
can
did they
ch-
come out though?
Let me check right now on the theaters.
Yeah, look.
On the
Oh my God.
theaters.
Yeah,
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 fucking
check the
cartelera,
schedules.
yeah.
check
That's
the
fucking funny.
showings. Yep. No, it's officially HD. So I know what I'm doing when I'm
That's
done
lit,
here.
bro.
I'm
That's
going
lit.
to the theater at midnight. Woohoo! So,
Dude, midnight
'cause
showing. That's lit.
my theater is 24 hours, 7 days a week. Fuck everyone else. Anything else, Danny boy?
No. I mean, my girlfriend and I, we saw the first and second act of Arcane season 2.
God,
I won't say
I
anything
wanna watch
there.
that
It's
so
still too
bad.
fresh. But yeah, I won't even say anything. Just
Yeah,
I liked it.
Arcane just came out.
I have some other thoughts. There's some stuff, but
how
it's not.
many times did Caitlyn floss?
Caitlyn flossed and then hit the fucking
The greedy.
Yeah,
the sicko mode.
Then Vi got a pentakill and smoked a fat blunt of Kush or whatever.
Arcane
Yeah,
was
Vi
good.
got fucking high off the hex
Easy.
deck, fucking weed.
The hex
Yeah,
fumes.
and then Chinks was there and she was beatboxing the entire time and then breakdancing.
Yeah,
And,
Average Fortnite
Actually-
game.
pretty much. Yeah, yeah. That's
so
Fortnite in a nutshell, man.
I'm taking back
Yeah.
over for the for the upcoming and my to watch list. So for the to watched, we're Smile 2 is on there. The next one this year that I'm interested in seeing is Nosferatu.
Okay.
The 2024 adaptation. It's gonna be very interesting. Or maybe it'll be like Salem's Lot. Fuck if I know. And then we were talking about Marvel movies. So not the MCU.
Yo, that's gonna come. Oh, the
But-
Captain America movie's gonna come out.
If we're talking, I mean, Brave New World, that does look interesting.
God, that shit, it sounds, I don't know. From what I've heard about it,
I'm not worried about the MCU right now, okay? What I feel like is going to be carrying it for the rest of 2024, probably into and carry that wave into the start of 2025, is the Sonyverse. And that is, I still need to watch the third Venom movie.
Oh, yeah, I gotta watch that.
Very interested in seeing it.
Me too.
And so that's my to watch list. And now for upcoming, we're gonna kick it off with, oh my god, I'm so hyped for it. We got a release date for Kraven the fucking Hunter. Let's go,
Bro,
this
I can't believe you have hope
so
in that.
good.
That is gonna be
Bro,
a
I
dog
did see
shit
I did see
movie.
the trailer for that in the theater.
Fuck you, Bane.
It's actually gonna be dog shit, I'm sorry.
You're
No,
dog
'cause-
shit. All right.
Listen, I'm just
My
gonna say
ass.
this. I don't know much I don't know Kraven at all. I've played a little bit of Marvel Snap, and I thought it was gonna be Khazar, because he's also like a beast like the guy.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I like
That's
playing
a different
Khazar deck in Marvel Snap, but I don't know anything about Kraven.
You should read the Kraven's
He's a
Last Hunt.
Spider-Man villain, which
Yeah.
explains why he's so cool. Is because
Oh,
for
he's a
some reason,
Spider-Man villain?
Yeah.
Spider-Man gets the greatest villains of all time. We got Carnage,
Interesting.
Venom.
Be careful what you're about to say. Okay? I'm just gonna say
We
that.
get Doc Ock and Green Goblin. They're pretty cool, but Kraven's really fucking dope. Sandman is cool, I think. Rhino, okay. But yeah, Spider-Man gets some really fucking interesting villains.
Mysterio.
That's cool, I had no idea.
Really fucking dope.
Mysterio on the comics? Holy fuck, the stuff that guy
my
gets
God.
up to.
Like, Mysterio, I don't think people realize just how fucking smart and cunning Mysterio is. And
How
it
fucking
blows my
evil
mind.
too. That guy's
is.
evil.
He is evil. He's an evil bastard, and it's so.
And he looks so
cool.
goofy, so it's even cooler.
But jumping back in one last time into Marvel, I didn't know that it got announced already, but I did see another announcement touch up for the Thunderbolts movie, which is gonna be an interesting one.
He's gonna be dog shit.
That one's probably gonna be dog shit, but I mean, I'm interested anyway.
I'm gonna watch it anyway. I'm gonna go watch it. Online,
now to
legally.
Get away from the Marvel films, we have quite a few movies. The most obscure one is definitely The Wolfman, which is supposed to be a film coming out in 2025 January. It's gonna be it'll either be a sleeper or it'll be complete ass. Who knows? Maybe it'll be like this year's Night Swim. It'll be the Night Swim of 2025. The next one is very controversial, and that is the Until Dawn movie, getting an official release date for April 25th.
But Until Dawn already has a movie. Came out on the PlayStation.
Yeah, it was a very great game. But like the fact that it's going to be a movie makes it interesting because
it takes away the only thing that's fun about it.
The big thing that like put Until Dawn and Supermassive on the map is the fact that the whole butterfly effect thing. So being a movie means it's only going to be one of literally millions of different paths.
So like I said, taking away the only fun part of Until Dawn.
Look, just because you eat absolute dog shit for games doesn't mean that the rest of us do.
Bro,
so,
listen.
Off. Yeah, no.
The choices
I'm not hearing you out this time. I'm quoting my.
God, listen to me. Okay, just
tight Dan.
I want to say, you know, when I was playing Until Dawn, what I wanted the most was like, God, I wish that I didn't even have to choose anything, and everything was chosen. I could see only one path. God, I wish that was the case. So thank God the Until Dawn movie is coming out. It's gonna answer my prayers.
The movie's giving me that experience.
Yeah, I'm gonna even have to grab the controller
myself. But it's like
ass have yourself. You could have made yourself you could have just made yourself go watch Markiplier's playthrough. Anywho, moving on. Five Nights at Freddy's 2. We know it was happening. It got an official release date of December 2025.
Awesome. I'm gonna watch that. Probably on theater.
This next one. I so badly do I want to mute Bane.
Oh God, what is he gonna say?
Oh God,
what is he gonna say?
I genuinely don't want to fucking hear it from Bane, but I am very interested in what Dan has to say about this, and I found this out when I was actually talking to Lino the other day.
Okay,
I hit Lino up. Red Barrels made an official fucking post. It is collaborating with Lionsgate and making an Outlast movie.
Yeah, I didn't hear about that, but
that blows
pretty incredible. I would
one of
love
the best horror games of all time. Getting a fucking movie. Let's go!
If it follows loosely like the story and the plot, first game, and it has the asylum, like it's a really cool location for a game. The fucking it's a cool location for a fucking horror movie. I think it could be great.
But
I would love that.
The other thing is that
it's good.
either that, or I hope they don't even go to the asylum. I hope that they do like their own original pitch for it. Because like it isn't just Lionsgate wanting to make a movie, but Red Arrow is involved with this. So like this could be a whole other chapter to the Outside War that could either lead up to Whistleblower or just be its own separate thing that is connected in some way. So anything is possible. I'm interested. Yeah, am I cutting Bane before you guys get a chance to talk his shit?
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna say anything, bro. I'm literally like this, bro.
It's released in 2026.
Oh, wow.
Wait, what movie?
Terrifier 4.
Oh, already?
We haven't gotten any information about it, but I am excited for the sequel to the Mario Bros. Movie because I thought the first one was
awesome.
Yeah, that is gonna be a thing. I thought the first one was totally fine. It had some really cool, like the soundtrack was amazing. Had some pretty cool stuff, but it was pretty rushed, the pacing, and I think that there was definitely some room there to slow it down a little bit. But
how many game references can we fit in the movie?
Yeah,
a
bit like that. You know what I mean? Like,
how many games can we fit into this?
The second movie, they're going to go a little bit bigger. I think they're going to explore a little bit more. Hopefully, bring back some more familiar cast members and have it be a little bit bigger stakes. For a movie, the first one felt a little bit kind of like, a little bit kind of dumbed down, more of like, oh, okay, like this is just your typical origin story meets like, hey, you already know these people, but we have to do something.
Yeah,
it was interesting, but I really think the sequel has a lot of potential. So I'm curious for the day that we see anything new about that and what that looks like and who we might see. And what might be happening if we're going to be exploring space. Is it going to go Mario Galaxy route? I have no idea.
Paper Mario reference.
No idea. It'll be interesting, but yeah, I'm excited for that. I thought the first one was totally acceptable, but not really great. I don't think you could say it was great. It was acceptable. I don't know.
No.
You can't expect the best, but it was definitely the pacing was a little fucky for me, but it's a kids movie, so I had a good time with it.
So, Bane, is there any upcoming movies that have your eye besides, of course, the big thing that matters?
Yeah, Wallace and Gromit, baby. I guess Fight at the Race 2. Now that you mention it, I want to watch that. And next Transformers movie, whenever that is, I guess. And I wish that Transformers 1 actually gets a sequel. That would be awesome, because that movie was awesome.
I plan on watching Transformers 1. I don't give a fuck.
It's actually awesome.
Like that. There you go. That's another thing. So, you see, I'm not the only one who fights against the waves and fights against critics and their basic bitch takes. Bane here likes Transformers 1, and critics.
People didn't like Transformers
1 as mid.
Bruh.
The critics didn't like Transformers 1.
Bruh.
But you know what?
Speak.
They eat shit, so
that is true.
Form your own opinions. Don't judge. This goes for everyone. Form your own fucking opinions. Don't always listen to what the fucking corpos have to say about a fucking movie, because IGN doesn't even know what the fuck they're talking about their video games half the time, and neither do any of these Rotten Tomatoes.
Yo, you should listen to me though. I'm the one who has all the. You can copy my opinions, and that will be pretty good.
Do not listen to Bane Was Taken. Listen to Bane.
Pull out the full name, Gulp.
Yeah.
Actually, full name.
Okay.
Fucking go in and name me.
I'll do it again. Okay.
Not the Bane Was.
Now, if there's nothing, that we're going to segue quickly into video games. I am looking at not only the time, but also my notes.
Yes,
and
we got a lot of things to go for.
May or may not backfire for the month of December, but I am reserving all of my notes for news in video games until December because
I think
probably in
something
December
better we can
we'll
do is just pause this and find another time before we reach December and just record the part 2 and just I'll
No.
put them together.
We can rush through this.
I'm not sure because it's almost 12. It's almost 12 here. You know, it's
You could do it, Bane, baby. I believe in you.
my girlfriend's probably very tired and I want to go with her. You know, it's 12. I would
Okay,
rather
almost done. We're not
because I hate rushing. Like I would like to get out what I have to say, and I would like for you to get out what you have to say.
You wanna do a part 2 and just splice them together?
I would think doing that would be better if you guys have the time to record another time.
Do you guys want to do this again next weekend then? Because
that would be good.
Okay.
Sure,
okay,
I'm down for that, and we could get to our video games. We can get to our miscellaneous if we have anything else.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think that sounds good. We could cut this little.
I'm not
part.
going to talk about video games until
Okay. December
because actually I will bring it up because there's a few things I want to talk about is like on how I enjoyed Finding Frankie. It was a fun game.
My life is like a video game.
But funny enough, tomorrow they announce the nominees for the Basic Bitch Awards, aka the Video Game Awards of 2024.
Yo, we can watch that live and then just make a video about it.
No, I'm not watching it live. I don't fucking care about
Bruh.
it. But,
I would watch it live with you guys, though.
I would watch it with you then.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
It's usually it gets shit and shittier every year, but like
you know what? I don't give a fuck
so
about whatever fucking show or whatever who wins. I'm there to see what gets announced, right? Like now that fucking E3 doesn't exist.
the only reason.
Yeah, E3 doesn't exist, so I go there to watch what's going on.
Yeah,
it's always so hype.
Like with the Basic Bitch Awards, like you guys though. Okay, actually. I'm not gonna say it's all shit because I'm willing to bet money that Dragon Ball Sparking Zero will get a few nominations, probably a few victories.
Awesome, that would be awesome.
It deserves.
We can talk about how DLCs are gonna be able to participate now. Oh god, that's gonna be.
That's interesting.
And you know what? What's all gonna fucking win is probably just Destiny again.
Elden Ring, bro. That's what's gonna win.
Elden Ring,
they made
and garbage.
Bro. They made that category specifically for Shadow of the Earth 3. I bet you they did it just for Shadow of the Earth 3.
Yeah. Oh wait, the new Warframe expansion? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Kappa.
Pal World, even though Pal World got sued.
Bro, imagine if Minecraft updates can get in there.
The Minecraft update? Look, okay.
The
only way I will bat an eye to this the only way I will bat an eye to the Basic Bitch Awards is if TCG Card Shop Simulator is
Oh my god, that would be
big fiction.
Crazy.
Either that or Murky Divers.
Bro, imagine that would be awesome. I really doubt it.
I'd be happy as fuck if Murky Divers got
I really doubt it. That would be awesome.
I doubt it. Actually, what I do,
No
I'm
one
a
would
kind
vote
of
for it, but us, and maybe a little bit of Reddit, but like
it's got a niche. It's got a niche following. I wish it blew up. It just came out at not a great time, but I stand by it. I think it is
awesome,
the best one next to Lethal Company in terms of what they're doing. We suck at it, but that's okay.
Alcrane sucks at it.
Content warning.
Alcrane does kind of suck at it.
Content warning a lot better because like piloting the ship and all that.
The content warning is fine. I just don't love the monster designs. Like they're kind of silly and funny, but I don't love them.
I mean,
we never did play content warning. Actually,
I'm gonna roast you here. The only reason why you're saying that is because they're not fish.
No, I mean it's true, but like, dude, one of them is like a fucking is a whisk. One of them is a fucking kitchen whisk, and the other one is like, I guess the snail's kind of funny, but.
Yeah, it's kind
you can't lie. Like the designs are fucking pretty shit in that game.
Fucking nightmarish one, though. Like,
You know, there's like a little girl with a ghost mask.
You
It's
have
like,
the Iron Maiden, and you have the fucking
Okay.
giant slug one that just like picks
Yeah.
you up and beats your friend with you. That's the embodiment of beating one motherfucker
one's
with another
crazy, and
motherfucker.
the Iron Maiden is actually crazy, but most of them are just very simple shit, which is fine.
You also
It's
got
art
the
style.
not only do you have a stream sniper, but you also have a guy with a harpoon now. Like, yeah,
In content warning.
yeah.
Oh, I don't know about
Like a
that.
harpoon.
Actually, wait, no, maybe I don't know.
Like he's cloaked and he has a harpoon gun, and then he fucking like shoots you with the harpoon gun and cranks you towards him, and then when you get close enough, he fucking hits you.
Yeah, I think we had an issue where we were on some sort of map that had like a bunch of narrow paths, and that motherfucker was chasing us. I don't know.
It's a great game. That's definitely my favorite out of them. But
yeah, it is fun. I think it's probably, I would say, easily the most unique in terms of the formula.
Yeah.
And Pilgrim I want to give more of a chance to, because I didn't get
Pilgrim
it.
I want to give absolutely more of a chance. I got like with Bane's fucking trolling combined with being jump scared to death from that fucking.
I was literally carrying you guys.
Like Bane shouting, "Ulgrid, do something!" Of course, I'm gonna hit the quit button. What else am I supposed to do? We're all gonna die.
Ulgrid didn't pull out the Google.
Fucker take me.
Yeah. So, for video games, I have a couple things to talk about. I've been playing a lot of Pokemon Pocket, so I want to talk about that.
But can we put a pen on that? Yeah, I gotta go. Okay, here's the second part, which for you guys is gonna be the first part, and like the same part, but we're recording on different days. So yeah, we're continuing where we left off on video games. I don't even remember what we said last time, but pretty sure we left on video games.
Motherfucking AI bad.
Yeah, true. We always said that.
That's true.
Yeah, that's never changed, so that's good.
Bane, what have you been? What have you been playing since our last major meeting?
I played 3 things, and one of them was literally today. So, actually 4 things. Yeah, it was League of Legends, one of them. The other one was Minecraft. That was the thing I played the most. Well, it was an excellent week. Because I would just go AFK on like a farm and just wait for it to like give me the drops and shit, and then I would just build more farms and then AFK on those farms and just keep going because I want to make like a mega base. And then after that was Metaphor, which is actually really awesome. I actually got it gifted by someone on Twitter. It was a pretty chill guy.
This is not the only time we'll be talking about Metaphor on this podcast.
You know, we talking about Metaphor? Hell yeah. Oh, I mean, Metaphor is fucking long as fuck, so yeah, probably next morning I'm gonna keep playing it.
No, we're gonna talk about it in a few minutes.
I'm loving Metaphor. It's so good. It's actually awesome sauce, and oh yeah, because the Game Awards. True.
Yeah.
Getting the Game Awards.
Yeah. He was being vague, and I picked up on it.
I didn't pick up on it. I just said it. My bad.
Yeah, I don't know exactly remember which one it was nominated for.
The Game of the Year. He got nominated for Game of the Year.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, and I think also Art Direction. I don't know what else.
Yeah, I was thinking either Art Direction or
a little bit.
Yeah, never mind. We'll get into that later. But I play Metaphor, and it's really good.
Minecraft and
Metaphor.
League of Legends, Minecraft, and Metaphor.
Also, Shower with Your Dad Simulator, something like that. I think it's called. Big Fiction.
Oh my god, I know that game.
You know that game, yeah.
Why are you playing that?
It was just nostalgia. I just got in a call with my girlfriend. I was just like, hey, check it out. Check what I'm playing. It's like, what the fuck are you playing? She actually knew the game, but she was like, oh my god, I remember this.
That's an oldie.
I played it for like 2 hours or something, then I uninstalled it. But I guess we can put it on the list.
I hope it gave you the entertainment that you were looking for.
Yeah,
it was fun. I don't really know what you do. Like I don't.
There's like 3 different mini games. One of them, you pick a skin color for your character, and then you gotta pick the dad with the same skin color. You gotta run to him, and it gets faster each time, and you always gotta like run to them as fast as possible without going to the other dads. And then the other game mode, the skin color of your character changes each time, and you gotta match it with the corresponding skin color of the dad. And then the third mode, I forgot. I don't even remember. Oh, it's like the dads start dropping from the sky, and
Okay.
different colored dads, and you with the arrow keys you change the skin color of your character, and then you gotta catch them while they're falling from the sky and swapping the color accordingly. And
That
that's
sounds
it.
absolutely wild.
It's a funny little
Very
thing.
uncomfortable. Talking about this this makes me very uncomfortable.
What's wrong with this? Is a video game about showering with your dad.
So moving forward, Dan, did you play anything this month?
Yes, I have. So I've gotten in on the craze of Pokemon Pocket.
Oh.
Been having a really fun time with that. I think it is probably closest thing to like a Pokemon Marvel Snap type of game with really, really small condensed decks of only 20 cards instead of like 60 in the regular Pokemon card game. Yeah, I think that they've been doing a pretty good job. I do think that there's the current mini little event that they're doing is kind of shit compared to the first one that they did. But that being said, overall, I really do like the game. I think it's a lot of fun. I think deck building in that game is cool too because there are some really good Pokemon that have abilities that are good on like the back row, and so you can mix and match your energy colors, even though you're never gonna like use one of your back row Pokemon. So you can kind of just like use, for example, I've been playing. There's a really cool Butterfree card that can heal 20 damage every turn, and those are really good in the back row with basically like any other powerhouse like EX. And I've been getting a little creative with that. Been playing Venusaur Butterfree. Tried out. I'm going to continue to test it. It's there's Arcanine Butterfree where Arcanine usually damages itself, so you can just negate that with Butterfree, which is really quite cool. I haven't seen anyone do that yet, so I'm gonna keep trying to make that work. Maybe that'll be a thing. And yeah, in total, I think it's been pretty cool. I like having another card game to play on my phone. Rest in peace, Lore, as we mention every so often. Used to play that game for hours a day, so it's nice to have something else to pick up. And the games are short. It's quick. It's cute. And it's got some really nice like new artwork. So I don't have too much to complain about it. And honestly, I think in terms of free to play, at least so far, I think it's been pretty generous. So that's pretty awesome. They do also give you a 2-week free trial for the premium, so you can stock up on some even more currency and do that for the 2 weeks that you have for free. And yeah, I've been enjoying that. For other games, card games, it's not exactly a video game, but I'll just throw it in here too. I've played a few games of Lorcana. I'm not really very well versed in it. There's still a lot that I don't know. Like, I don't even really know what like each of the colors are good at. You know what I mean? Like, I just sort of know of some cards. But that being said, the newest set came out, set 6. It's called Azurite Sea. And I did a pre-order at a card shop near me. I picked up a starter deck, and I got some free boosters for doing the pre-order. And so I recently got that deck. I put it all together. I got new card sleeves and a new playing mat. And I'm excited to hopefully play in some locals at some point with my deck and see how it goes. I mean, it is just a starter deck, but I'm just looking to get that dopamine from playing IRL. I never really had any sort of experiences playing card games in person, and the few times I have, it's just been a blast. So I want to.
Why you don't have that much experience with this because you're not my roommate yet.
Dude, we absolutely would play card games probably to the extent where we would get sick of it. But yeah,
so many card games. Oh,
it would be fun as hell. So So yeah, I'm gonna try to get Algren to maybe play some Lorcana with me. Maybe in another episode in a few months, he'll have some thoughts on it. Maybe he'll love it. Maybe he'll just become a full-time Lorcana.
We're just gonna have Lorcana gameplay in the background now.
We just look. It cannot be any worse than my experience with White Schwartz. No, I'm not talking about it on this episode.
That's fine. We'll save the rant.
I'd rather get flashbanged for the second time in my life. No, we will not be talking about that either.
All right, that is going to be that'll be an after stream type of thing, maybe.
No, I'm never. That's part of a Liam from another life.
Oh damn!
Yeah.
Okay, very mysterious.
Yes,
but kind of cool.
For me, video games, as I've spoken, hopefully, in the in previously, is that I've been on a huge Borderlands binge, so been having fun with that. Playing Wizard 101 as always. Now, I do have some news on video games, and it's that Poppy Playtime got its Chapter 4 trailers, its announcement, and its release date of January. Now, the next thing is, who here remembers Corpse Party?
I do. Of course,
visual novel, right?
Visual novel, yeah.
Yes, the visual novel Corpse Party. So the storyline, of course, has continued. You have the 3 parts. You have Corpse Party. You have Corpse Party Book of Shadows, and you have Corpse Party Blood Drive, which were like all in various platforms, mostly PlayStation ones that recently got ported back in the 2020s, like the early 2020s, and but forever ago, we're talking like 2018, 2019, they attempted to do a sequel called Corpse Party 2 Dead Patient. They attempted to release it in an episodic format. They took forever to announce anything of it after the first episode was dropped. And the first episode is still obtainable on Steam now. It got an English translation. It's out there, but it leaves off apparently on a cliffhanger that will never be resolved because they discontinued Dead Patient. It is never going to be finished. They're done with it. They are doing a whole new Corpse Party sequel called Corpse Party 2 Dark Distortion. That was supposed to release the fall of 2024. However, it did get pushed back to 2020.
We're never going to get it. It's over.
Yeah, I mean, hell, I could get the Dead Patient treatment. We could never get it. But hopefully, Team Gris is able to give us the completed product of Dark Distortion, and I'm looking forward to it. The last section that I have on my notes, I'm saving for a very fitting December episode of the podcast, which means normally we would transition from here into movies, but we're not done with video games yet because I don't know if we kept it in, but I mentioned last time that we were recording that we were going to roast the hell out of the Basic Bitch Awards or the Game of the Year awards, all of its nominations, all of its categories, whatever. Well, we got the nominations, so that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to go through all of these categories, starting from bottom up instead of top down, because saving the Game of the Year nominations for last leaves for the most amount of conversation, because I feel like that these bottom categories that we're going to start off with, we don't really have a lot to talk on. Maybe Bane might have something to talk on, but I know I personally don't, and I have my doubts that Dan does. And what categories do we start off on? We're talking about esports team, Billy Gaming, Gen.G.
Oh, T1, baby, let's go! T1! Number 1!
Team Liquid. I don't know any of these people.
You don't play League of Legends, bro. That's
you
why.
never heard of T1?
That's
No,
crazy.
I
SKT
don't.
used to be called SKT.
Yeah, they're probably gonna win, so I don't even think it's close.
I don't
Yeah.
even know these people. I'm sure they're cool.
Dota
I'm sure they're
2,
good
Counter
at their
Strike,
game.
League of Legends.
I
League
think
of
they're
Legends.
now what the 3-time winners, or have they won 4?
They won too many. I don't even remember. They won an insane amount of
I thought
times.
they won 3, but maybe they've won more than that.
Let me
So,
Google that. SKT
there it
T1
is.
World.
The official best esports team vote for the hot takes.
They have 5 actually.
Goes
5.
to T1.
5?
Yeah, they
Oh,
got
fuck,
5.
okay.
2013, 2015, 16, 23, and 24 this year.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
shit. More than I
where-
thought.
Wait, let
Wait,
me show you a screen on the
No, don't.
Okay.
I don't want that. Just for your visual. If you want to and post edit, you can throw up like an image of whatever.
Bro, I am not doing
I
that
don't
on
care.
post edit. My
Well,
ass
then
is
that's
not
been
gonna
a
sit
lot.
and do that.
We could just link. We could just link the voting to.
Okay, bro.
Yeah, you could
And
read
brush
this. You
shy.
want to read all of them. I mean, honestly, like I
I
don't
do.
know. Esports athlete, it's gonna be
Yes.
Faker who's gonna win.
Yeah, it's
So,
gonna be
I don't
Faker.
even know who Faker is.
Bro doesn't know who Faker is, bro.
Who's Chovy? Who's Alexi?
Oh
B?
my God.
Who's 33? Who's ZMJJK?
To be fair, I only know Faker and Chovy. I don't know.
And I
Okay,
also know Faker,
exactly. So don't come at me for not knowing them. I don't know these fucking people.
Bro, how
I'm
do you
sure
not
they're
know
good people,
Faker, bro?
but
He's like
no, I
a
don't.
massive celebrity.
It's okay
I'm
because
sure he
yes,
is.
man, it's gonna be Faker. He's from T1. He will win. I have no
Sure.
doubt.
Really Faker.
So there's
yeah.
the official Hot Takes Bad Taste vote for best esports athlete is Faker this year.
Hell
Yeah, he's just gonna win. Bro has
Yeah.
so many.
Best esports game.
Esports
None of
game. Our
these.
nominations are Counter Strike 2, Dota 2, League of Legends, Mobile Legends, Bang Bang, and Valorant.
None of them.
Yeah.
I don't think I like.
Fucking.
There's not even a single fighting game here, bruh.
Yeah,
Bruh.
I don't know why. There's
Jake,
really
you
very
just
little
got done
variety.
playing League of Legends. You are so you can't even say League of Legends on this.
Nah, hell no. I don't even
League of
like
Legends,
watching
I
esports
feel-
anymore. I don't even like it anymore. It's so boring.
They,
That was fun.
And next year, I think that they said they're not going to do official streams. They're only going to do co-streams.
What the
Well, I
fuck?
think Riot is literally setting itself on fire.
They're actually screwing themselves up for
They
you.
are a shit company
They
that is
are.
They really
burning
are.
itself alive.
So with that
Okay.
being said, I would love to see Dota 2 win, but is it possible? I don't know. I doubt it.
I mean,
honestly.
Dota 2 has a huge fan base, actually. They're actually huge. I'm pretty sure they won before, too.
It does. I mean, it absolutely does. I just feel like
Probably League of Legends,
it's
though.
probably going to be League or Valorant.
Oh, yeah, that's
Hey,
true.
I'd love
Valorant,
to be
yeah.
wrong.
There you go.
Could be
The
either, right?
official Hot Takes Bad Takes vote is 2 abstain, and Dan wants Dota 2. So Dota 2 gets the official
Yeah.
vote for our.
I would love for them
Okay.
to win because they're not League and because they are the closest game.
Usama Pecora! Yeah! Usama Pecora's gonna win!
Content Creator of the Year. Our nominations are Usada Pecora, Typical Gamer, Techno Gamers,
Ijo Juan.
Sure.
Ijo Juan.
And Casio, which Casio is apparently a funny guy.
He's very
which-
funny.
So
But
yeah,
Pecora's
so-
gonna win because she's a VTuber and she's my goer.
probably.
And Kojima actually wants her to win. I mean, Kojima loves her. Come on. Pecora's gotta win.
There you
It
go.
would be cool
man.
for a VTuber to win. I'd be happy with that.
I think Iron Mouse won last year, too, yeah. I think
Oh,
Iron
really?
Man.
I see, I don't-
Yeah.
I don't know this.
Yeah, I-
So I don't even know who Iron Mouse is.
They're also pretty popular.
Okay, we're not talking. We're not getting into that rabbit hole.
Yeah,
What
but it would be
household,
cool
whatever.
for a VTuber to win 2 years in a row. So
Okay, yeah. So
Also,
here,
Pecora's very
Usada
chill. I love her.
Pecora gets the hot take.
VTuber
bad takes
model
vote.
is pretty. So
Mhm.
Yeah,
I'll-
the VTuber
I'll
model
say
is
that.
adorable.
They get
moving
my
on.
vote.
Most anticipated game. Our nominations are Death Stranding 2, On a Beach, Ghost of Yote, GTA 6, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, and Monster Hunter Wilds. Okay,
I know what you would
Dave-
vote for, Alcron.
Yeah,
What
Monster
do you
Hunter.
think?
You
What do
want
you
Monster
vote
Hunter,
for?
don't you?
of course.
Yeah,
I
about
do.
Monster Hunter. Personally, I don't care for any of these.
Deserves it.
I'm not gonna play any of these, but you can vote Monster Hunter Wilds.
Dan, what do you think looks?
What do
the
I
coolest about
think?
this?
I feel like it's got to be GTA, but
Yeah.
it would be cool if Metroid won, just because that has also been a game
Mhm.
that has only very recently gotten any sort of footage at all. So That's been kind of a mystery for a while, and Nintendo fans are pretty rabid. Maybe not more than GTA 6, because how could you be more rabid than fans for GTA 6? But yeah, so that's my vote. I would expect GTA, but it would be cool if Metroid won.
Yeah.
I'm a Nintendo fanboy, so I know I can't tell.
Okay, so what do you want to win out of this category?
Yeah, I want Metroid to win. I think that'd be cool.
Okay, now how much money do I need to PayPal you for you to change your vote to Monster Hunter Wilds?
Yeah, my vote, bro. We don't have to get into this, but I think we know damn well that my one vote won't fucking matter at all.
Okay, so we're kind of a tie between Metroid Prime and Monster Hunter Wilds. Then, so I guess
You can pick Monster Hunter.
Yeah,
you got the control, bro.
Yeah, Ghost of Yote looks cool too. I don't know.
Okay, so best adaptation.
I know what I'm saying here.
Arcane. We have Arcane. We have Fallout. We have Knuckles. Like a Dragon Yakuza, and Tomb Raider: The Legend of Lara Croft.
Arcane, baby! Arcane!
Bane's television show.
I'm literally Bane from Arcane. You can't just not vote Arcane here.
So wait, wow, should that be legal for you to be able to vote for your own show?
Hell yeah, it should be.
Kojima going in here and voting for Death Stranding.
You think he doesn't, bro? He probably does.
Zane, you cannot vote for Arcane because that is your show. That is illegal. Okay, that is cheating.
Okay, you guys are gonna pick Fallout then.
You have to vote for something else. Okay,
you guys are gonna pick Fallout.
I'm also voting Fallout.
Okay, fuck you. Arcane, come on. Arcane's the best one here by far.
I don't have an opinion, man. Like I liked Arcane, and that's the only one I watched. Maybe Knuckles is good.
I liked Fallout, Knuckles, and Arcane, but like Arcane is so much better than everything else. You
can't vote for Arcane because that's your show.
But that's literally me.
That's illegal. That's breaking.
I'll cast my vote for Yakuza just because.
Okay. Well, because Bane voted for Fallout, and I'm voting for Fallout. The winner of the Hot Takes Bad Taste.
This is actually rigged. This is so rigged.
Because I'm gaslighting here.
That's a democracy. We have a democratic process here.
Because of my gaslighting, it goes to Fallout. So, best multiplayer. Our options are Helldivers 2, Mario Party Jamboree, Tekken 8, Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2, and Call of Duty, which I don't know why the fuck is on here. Or got nominated this many times, but you know what?
It's Call of Duty. You gotta ask.
Call of Duty, it's always gonna have its...
Does it deserve it? No. Will it always be there? Yes. It's Call of Duty. Absolutely. You just gotta fucking post Call of Duty. It's also like one of the main like Black Ops games. Like, come on, it's gonna be there.
I'm a simp for Mario Party, so Mario Party is getting my vote here.
I would vote for Tekken 8, but I haven't played any of these. I just like from watching streams, and the game I would want to play would be Tekken 8. That shit's expensive.
That counts. If you're watching streams on a game, then yeah, I'd say that counts.
Okay, my vote's for Tekken 8 then.
Yeah.
Okay. Dan, what do you vote for?
So for me, I love Mario Party, and I think it would be awesome if it won. But I actually want to see it go to Helldivers 2. I think that game is really cool. I haven't played it myself, but I can respect a lot of the stuff it does. I think it has a really cool progression system, and it's been doing things that I don't think a lot of other games have really ever tried. And so I'll give it to that. I think Helldivers and Lethal Company have like really broken the internet in terms of their popularity, so it would be cool to see it win something. Yeah.
Okay, so in that case, the vote is a tie and it's void because we cannot agree on anything. We're going on to best sports and racing, which we got F1 24, EA Sports FC 25, NBA 2K25, Top Spin 2K25, WWE 2K24. I'm not voting for any of these.
I would skip my vote. I will skip my vote.
It's gonna be a skip, man. I'm using my fucking civic duty.
I'm sorry, we're abstaining from voting this. We don't care.
Listen, I think sports games, they can be very good. Like some old FIFAs and specifically PES, like PS16.
Mario Kart based. What are you talking about?
No, yeah, like they are good sports games, but these are just slop that they force every single year with barely any changes besides the roster.
Right.
Like, that's why I don't like voting for them. Like, it's not specifically because I don't like sports games. There are some very good ones.
They're the same game every year. You cannot tell me otherwise.
Yeah, but it's the same game, and that's why I don't like it. That's so unimaginative and boring.
Like, yeah, I don't know what you can do but I don't know.
Dawn Forces every year, just like when you have a real reason to release a new game, then you do it. But of course, they care about the money only.
But that's how it is.
And it sells a lot of fucking copies, so whatever.
Okay, so we're moving to Best Sim and Strategy. The nominations are Age of Mythology Retold, Frostpunk 2, Path of the Goddess, Manor Lords, and Unicorn Overlord. Bane, do you know any of these?
I know Unicorn Overload, and that's the only one I know because it's been recommended to me, but I haven't even seen gameplay. This is the first time I see an actual image of it, but I've been recommended a Unicorn Overlord to hell and back, so I would vote it just for that, but I don't think it's a valid vote.
Okay.
I'm literally in the same boat. The same boat, so like I don't feel like I can vote here. I haven't watched any gameplay of it. I've heard that it's like a Fire Emblem style game, and it's
from a very good company too. They made 13 Sentinels.
Yeah. So, Dan, do you know any of these?
Heard of Frostpunk 2. I haven't seen gameplay, so I don't know what the hell you do in it. So I'll probably. I mean, I don't really have any opinion here.
Yeah, I think we should skip here.
Yeah, so we just abstain from voting. I'm sorry.
I'm surprised like Civilization isn't on here. Like, didn't Civ 6 come out?
I think
Civ 6 came out forever ago, no?
Oh, was it last year?
Did it?
Pretty sure it did.
Next year.
Let me check. Because I've had Civ 6 for forever, no?
Oh, then no. The new one that they announced. Maybe it was 7 then.
I think it's 7,
it was 7 then.
Yeah, because 6 is from 2016, so...
Oh, okay, got you.
It's probably 7.
Well, then the new one. I thought that would be there.
Yeah, 7 was announced for 2025, actually. It hasn't come out yet.
Oh, I see.
That's why it's not. Makes sense.
Best Family Game. We have... The nominations are Astrobot, Princess Peach Showtime, Super Mario Party Jamboree, Legend of Zelda, Echoes of Wisdom, and The Plucky Squire.
I know what I'm voting here, for sure.
Dan, what are you voting?
Okay, so I mean, obviously, I would like to see whatever Nintendo win. That's cool. I would give it to Plucky Squire because
that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, it was made, designed by and created by James Turner, who has worked with the Pokemon Company for some years. He's designed some of my favorite Pokemon, and even though I haven't played it myself, it is a really cool, very creative looking game. It's got an awesome visual style.
I agree.
And I mean, how could you not like to see an indie game go up against these titans? Like that's amazing in and of itself. So I would love to see that win actually.
So yeah, I completely agree with Dan here. It's just like I've seen gameplay for most of these. I've seen gameplay for every single one except for Super Mario Party, and I think out of all of these, the most creative gameplay goes to the Plucky Squire. Like the way it plays with like the book world and the real world, and how many mechanics goes into it, and how fun the gameplay is, like how interactive, how like the word is creative. Really, it has a very creative art direction, a very creative gameplay idea, and I love it. I think it's the one that I think originality almost always will get my vote. So. Plucky Squire, I think is my vote here. But I wouldn't mind if Echoes of Wisdom won, because that one was also pretty good.
I personally like Mario Party out of all of these. However, I am outnumbered. So the winner for our vote of the Bad Taste podcast vote goes to the Plucky Squire.
Yeah, I'll just say this real quick about that one. I think Astro Boy deserves awards. I just feel like it's not family Game of the Year or whatever that title was. Family game. I think that's just not. Yeah, I don't think that's a family game. But it does something.
This category is Bane's specialty. We got best fighting game. The nominations are Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, Grand Blue Fantasy vs. Rising, Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection, Multiverses, and Tekken 8. So you know what? Man of the hour, Bane. Who gets it?
Okay. I wouldn't mind if any of this, except Multiverses won. Honestly, I love every single one.
I was gonna say too.
I was gonna say like literally like every single one except Multiverses. Nothing wrong with the idea. Actually, it goes kind of hard and all, but like the gameplay is so sluggish, so boring. Games take forever to load, but like that's every single fighting game in history nowadays. But I don't like Multiverses. It ended up just being a cheap copy of the other one I forgot, Smash. Then they have just like a cheap, slower, more boring version of Smash Brothers. And Tekken 8, I
Yeah.
think, is very good. It's very complicated mechanics, so I wouldn't mind for that to win because it's a new Tekken entry. The Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection, actually, maybe I wouldn't mind if this one won because it's technically just a re-release of older games. So I don't think it deserves the win, but I wouldn't mind if it won. So it really is between Grand Blue Fantasy, Dragon Ball, and Tekken 8 for me. And if I had to pick one, shit, I think I would pick Tekken 8 actually. Tekken 8 is my favorite out of these, I think. But I am yet to play Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. So yeah.
Yeah, I thought that you would pick that one, but I respect it.
I really want to pick Sparking Zero, but I haven't played it. It looks amazing. The roster is great.
Yeah.
The gameplay's awesome. So many mechanics from like other fighting games can translate to this one, even though it's an arena fighter. Like it's one of the few good arena fighters out there, and I really want to play it. But I'm gonna go for Tekken 8.
Dan, who gets a vote for you?
For me, it's got to be Dragon Ball.
Like that.
I don't have any issues with any of these games except Multiverses. I have the same issues Bane has. I actually don't have any issue at all with like, oh, it's like an IP soup. I think it's kind of cool. Like, let's just be honest. Like that,
like the Shaggy references and stuff. That's pretty fun.
Yeah, I think that there's a lot of heart that goes into it, and when you compare it to, like the very first, I don't even remember what it was called, the Nickelodeon fighter. I forget.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Maybe I'll remember later on.
Stars for All. That's what it was called. Nickelodeon All Stars.
There you go.
So the first game in that series, it just was so devoid of any life. It was silent. The characters didn't talk, and it was just awkward. They learned and heard the feedback from the fans, and they made something that ended up, being really cool with a lot of voice lines. So I'll commend Multiverses for doing that off the bat. They do have voice lines. They have cool costumes and skins. The movesets are cool. Blah blah blah.
Tom and Jerry has such a good moveset. If only Tom and Jerry has such a good moveset.
They're
so
very creative.
Yeah.
I played it actually quite a bit when it came out in I guess it was the beta, the open beta, and then it like shut down for like a year and
there was an open beta. Yeah, I remember.
But yeah, I mean, what to say? I have issues with how floaty and slow it looks. Like it genuinely looks like you're playing in Smash and you're playing on the slow mode, slow motion mode. It just doesn't look satisfying.
Feels so bad.
At all.
It has so much potential though, because there's so many fun kits and stuff.
Yeah, I have just an issue with that, and I'm actually even surprised. Maybe they were running out of games to nominate, but I'm actually surprised it was even nominated. I don't
know what else released this year. I don't know. Street Fighter 6 was last year, right? There's no way.
Yes, it was last year. Yeah. I think that they probably just had like nothing else, if I'm being honest. Which is like, sure, go get it.
Wait, actually, you know what released this year? I'm pretty sure. Under Night in Birth 2 released this year, and that would have been my fighting game of the year. If it was here.
Yeah, that should have been here more than
on the Night in Birth.
I have a feeling that maybe Warner Brothers potentially like bribed them to get in. I'm not gonna start.
I'm sure. Well, I mean, that kind of things happen all the time. Yeah.
I think David Zaslav was like, "Hey, bro, you gotta fucking nominate us, man, or else I'm gonna fire these people, bro."
Yeah, no, whatever.
That's a real quote, by the way.
I'm nowhere near as passionate about fighting games as these two. The only comment I will make is that I like the Marvel vs. Capcom formula. I thought Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was really cool to watch.
Oh, yeah.
And I liked the idea of Infinite, and then they threw in the Infinity Stones, and watching that was just horrible. And I know every FGC player hates Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
I hate it.
So I know they dropped the ball, and I do not blame Marvel vs. Capcom for doing nothing but re-releasing MVC2 over these past few years, because clearly they can't do anything else right. However, all that being said, my vote goes to Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. I am sorry to ratio Bane, but I think this is
okay. I don't mind at all. I don't mind at all.
Being ratioed on this one. Our vote goes for the podcast. Goes for the.
We can go 3-0. Yeah, I agree. I'm completely fine with Dragon Ball winning. I can vote for Dragon Ball too.
Cool. I'd like to see that win.
Let's go 3-0.
I would be really shocked if Multiverses won. Honestly, I think many people share the same thought we had.
Best RPG.
Oh, actually hard.
So the nominations here are Dragon's Dogma 2, The Elden Ring, entering DLC, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, and Metaphor ReFantasio. Now, we're gonna start again backwards. We're gonna go with Dan. Dan, who do you want?
So I mean, I've never played these games. I don't have too much of an opinion, honestly. But what I've seen for Metaphor looks awesome. I love the aesthetic. I love the style. The battle. The style of battle is really cool.
The
I
UI,
love it. It works well. And it's a new game. It's brand new, and it deserves it. I think it would be really cool if it won. So I'd like to see that one win.
That's the only new entry here. Everything else is like a sweet sequel.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh my god, yes.
I didn't even realize that until you just mentioned it.
Yeah. Now don't get me wrong, I enjoy Final Fantasy, and 7 was a memorable one. It's very iconic. It is, I would argue, the most iconic Final Fantasy.
It is the most iconic Final Fantasy. We can also just dub
Aerith dies at the end. That it just Final Fantasy 7. Aerith dies at the end. But
spoilers for like a 40-year-old game. Probably more.
Yeah, exactly. No one fucking cares. Look, if I can spoil quintessential quintuplets on this podcast without a spoiler warning, then I can also spoil Final Fantasy VII, and no one should give a fuck about. I'm sorry, but I know that there's a huge difference in this game's gameplay. One moment.
Damn, bro got interrupted.
Slotted.
I can go over it real quick. Just yeah.
But Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, sorry, Dad came in.
That's fine.
I know that it is a complete, like, you could label it a completely new game mechanics-wise, because it is no longer the turn-based one. Despite how much I like the turn-based combat, I know that they're stepping away from all that, and that's what this huge remake, Rebirth, is. But, however, I do not like it to the extent that I will contend with Bane at all for this category. So Bane, please go off to your heart's content about your vote and why you like it.
So RPGs and fight games are probably my two favorite genres of video games, like period. They're the ones I sunk most of my time into. And I guess sandboxes too. Like Minecraft, Terraria, fucking Don't Starve Together, that stuff like that. I love it. And
we play Don't Starve Together.
We should play it together. But
even though we're all just gonna starve and die because I don't know how the fuck to progress.
I am terrible at it. True. I gotta pull up the wiki every single time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Continue.
So yeah, Dragon's Dogma 2. I haven't played Elden Ring Shadow of the Earth 3. I hate just giving an opinion of a game that's main appeal of gameplay and the interaction between the player and the game itself, and saying that, I just watch a gameplay of it so I can have an opinion on it. So I want to preface it. Elden Ring Shadow of the Earth 3, I've only watched a full playthrough of a VTuber streaming it. That's my only experience with it. And
was it Iron Mouse?
It wasn't Iron Mouse, actually. It was Dokibird, I think. I think Dokibird played it.
Also valid, also base. Continue.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was my only experience with it. I think the Souls games, one of the most important parts are the gameplay itself, so I don't want to give a very harsh opinion, but I think this is the very, very good segue to start talking about, are DLCs really worth being put into the Game Awards? And maybe I have a controversial opinion here, because I don't think...
I'm going to pause you right there, and then I'm going to let you continue. I can go on that rant for hours. However, it has already been done by literally everybody else.
Okay, but we can give our own take on it. Like, that's literally why we have a podcast, right? Like, we give our opinions.
I'm going to withdraw mine. I'm not going... Otherwise, we'll be here for 2 hours.
Okay.
2 extra hours. 2 more hours! So
I'm going to give my...
Then forgive me if I just cut it off and try to resume it.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll be very brief. So, because I actually have, like, I think a controversial opinion for what I've seen on Twitter. I think it's valid for DLCs to be put in here, but it opens up dangerous practice. Because, like, I think Elden Ring Shadow of the Earth 3 is totally worth being put in here, because it's, like, almost totally a full new game. It has so much content, so much new things. Like, gameplay is very fleshed out. There's a lot of new story bits. But then you have other DLCs that you're like, this should not like. Elden Ring being here is fine, but it opens up other DLCs that probably won't deserve the spot being here, and that's the only problem here. Like if the DLCs are really very well picked, I'd be fine with it, because this is basically a shorter Elden Ring 2. Like that's what it is. It's just under a DLC tag. It even has like the price of a full game, doesn't it? Like it's very expensive.
Or is it really?
I think it is. I think it's around the price of the main game, right? Like maybe.
I wouldn't be surprised, honestly.
I think it is, but I think it's worth the price because it is basically like a whole new game, just a little bit shorter than what a full game would be. And that's why I think Elden Ring being here is fine. I'm not the biggest fan of Souls-like games, and I it's not because I'm a scrub. Okay, I just want to keep that clear. Okay, I am a scrub, but I enjoy them despite being a scrub. But I'm not the biggest fan. Oh, I think there's too much cock sucking on them. I think they don't serve that much cock sucking. But Elden Ring, if it wins, I wouldn't even be mad, honestly. Not the RPG category, though. I don't think it deserves the RPG category. But yeah, we can give our opinions on DLCs. I think Elden Ring being here is fine, but I think other DLCs wouldn't be fine. Let's see how they handle this in the future. Hopefully, they won't mishandle it. But they are the Game Awards, so.
Right. Yeah, they could leave us with surprises always. Yeah. Bad ones too.
Yeah. So Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
I don't.
Okay.
What's that?
No. Yeah. You can keep going if you're gonna comment about the DLCs.
No, I mean it's kind of like a cop-out answer, and maybe it wouldn't be necessarily fair for some games to be put against each other, but I feel like you should just have either one category called Best DLC.
That could be it.
It might be hard to compare them because they could be wildly different, but at the end of the day, you can name the category for the DLC that expands the most or brings the freshest, newest, whatever you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is an option, or to do like a subsection of like Best RPG and then Best RPG DLC. But the problem is there's
not that many DLCs.
Yeah, so that's the problem. So. I don't know. I think that's really
the only thing. Having just like best DLC would be the best answer, yeah. Because I think some of these, I think Elden Ring Shadow of the Earth should be here in some regard because it has been like a huge release this year. Has a lot of fans. It has deserved praise, but I'm not sure if I'm like at a best RPG, best game of the year category. It's just like the organizers just really love Souls likes and they always put it in there. Since this
there's certain games that are just always going to get nominated. I'm actually a little surprised. I mean, it's kind of hard to like. It's obviously such a different game tonally, but like the remake of Thousand Year Door, that game was something that literally every fucking Nintendo Direct there were always memes about it for decades.
Holy fuck, I just realized it's not here! What the fuck? I'm boycotting this! I'm
actually really surprised because
the Thousand Year Door needs to be here.
I think
what the flying fuck, dog?
I think aside from like a Galaxy 3 or a Sunshine 2 type of game, or honestly even Odyssey 2 at this point, because it's quite old at this point.
Yeah, it's very old.
Like Thousand Year Door, either a sequel or a remake, was literally the biggest thing that Nintendo fans could probably agree on, and they can't really agree on much. There's always infighting, but everybody wanted that game remade. So I am a little surprised that it's not here. I'm not gonna lie. In fact, I don't know if it got any nominations, which is just.
I don't think it did. I don't think so. Maybe it was too late for it.
It's crazy to me because look, I'm not gonna shit on Princess Peach Showtime because it's fine. I actually rented it from the library and I played through most of it. I think the boss fights in that game are cool. The levels are creative, but it's not a very exciting game. So to see that nominated and not see, at least I don't think Thousand Year Door got any. That's surprising to me. Like, that game was so anticipated for decades, so that's a little surprising.
I was gonna say that maybe it's because remakes don't make it in here, but then I remember Silent Hill 2 does make it. Like Silent Hill 2 is in a category.
Made it, the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Okay, I was gonna say that because Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is not really a remake. It's not really. a remake, because it doesn't replace the original at all. It's like it adds new bits to the story, has new things. Like it's very different. It's not the same thing, right? It's Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. It's more like a sequel to Final Fantasy VII. More like a sequel to the remake of the Final Fantasy VII, because there's like how many Final Fantasy VII's now?
Okay, you said that has like the newer battle style, right? Not turn-based. So
it does change a lot.
It's basically a whole new game, so less so this game, but like
But yeah, I get what you mean. I get what you mean though. Like Final Fantasy Rebirth could be seen as a remake, sure.
Yeah,
but
it's well.
Continue
that's
for my
about all I gotta say. I'm surprised just for picking Mario.
Bane.
I was gonna say my peak.
What's your now? What are we giving this to?
Honestly, I was between Like a Dragon, like Infinite Wealth, and Metaphor, and I played most of Infinite Wealth, and I played like only 15 hours of Metaphor, but I think still Metaphor wins. The narrative on that game, the UI, the art direction, the voice acting, the characters, just like the story. It's all so good. There's so many good ideas, and even if it's a bit too on the nose, not with the racism, not with that, but like on the whole fantasy is dead. I feel like it's a bit too on the nose.
2020. It's literally 2024 Persona, and they did it so well.
They did. Like they did do it very well.
This was a good game.
It was a really good game.
Little I've seen of it. So with that,
Metaphor gets my pick.
Yeah, the Metaphor is our gets our vote. So next we have Best Action and Adventure. With the nominations are Astrobot, Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, Silent Hill 2, Star Wars Outlaws, and The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom. Dan, take us off.
Want me to take it off? Okay. I think this is a category that Astrobot could and should win, so I want to give it to that. I think that game absolutely deserves at least one award, and this is a little bit more fitting than the family game for me, in my opinion. So I'm gonna give it to that. I think it really deserves it, and I don't have too much of an opinion on the other games. Unfortunately, I don't know much about the Silent Hill 2.
Do you not play the Echoes of Wisdom? You don't play it?
No, I didn't get Echoes of Wisdom. Yeah. It looks fun. I've seen that it's very easily exploitable, so people are doing funny speedrun stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's very sandboxy.
Maybe that's for the best at the end of the day. It's just
I think
it's a good thing. Yeah, this is very funny.
I think it's cool. I like seeing speedruns, especially during the yearly Games Done Quick streams. So I'm excited to see that. But it's I don't know, not something that I considered picking up immediately. But maybe I'll rent it at the library if I ever want to play it.
The most I've ever seen is I've seen some gameplay of the Zelda. So I don't know. I mean, I could say that, but I guess what are we giving this Astrobot?
Okay, so
sure.
What did you vote for, Bane?
I didn't even know there was a new Prince of Persia. I don't have any hopes for it, but I didn't even know there was one.
I promise you, from what I've heard, they have like Ubisoft took that and then ran it straight into the fucking ground.
Not a surprise, honestly, not a surprise at all. But it's like a new Prince of Persia. Why didn't no one talk about? Am I like on the wrong circle? Why didn't no one talk about Prince of Persia game?
It makes sense.
Yeah,
because
I haven't heard of that shit either.
Ubisoft that did that. So well.
Sure.
Okay,
I mean, Astrobot. I just think I'm not even sure if I would put Silent Hill in this category. I don't think it deserves being here. Is it really an action game just because you have a fucking gun? I don't think so.
I mean, it definitely fits the thriller category, so I guess because of that, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't put it here. And also, Silent Hill 2, I didn't even watch any gameplay of it or see anything, because I am so against the remake to Silent Hill 2 that I just ignored this thing being there. Apparently, a lot of people liked it, but I am very much against it. So I don't like remaking games like that. I don't know. I don't like remakes.
Okay.
Yeah, Astrobot.
I guess we're giving it to Astrobot. Moving onward, we have the best action game. Nomination is Black Myth Wukong, Call of Duty, Helldivers 2, Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2, and Stellar Blade. Bane, I want to hear you.
Okay.
I want to hear you talk about this.
First of all, why the fuck is there an action/adventure category and then there's an action category? I don't get that. what is that? What is that even?
That feels very odd.
That is very weird. Why wasn't the other one the best adventure game? What? I don't get it. But my vote here is for Stellar Blade. Is anyone surprised, knowing me, that I would pick Stellar Blade here? I don't think so. Stellar Blade's the best one here.
Sounds about right.
Maybe Black Myth Wukong could win too. But I heard the gameplay is not that good. But the art, from what I've seen, the gameplay, the art direction, the story, stuff like that seems really good, especially with how it depicts the journey to the West. And yeah, I thought there was some controversy about it, but I didn't fully understand what the fuck was going on. So maybe Dan, if you know more about it, you can like inform me. But I would pick Stellar Blade. About the controversy around Black Myth Wukong, I didn't fully get it. Like I know there was some controversy around it.
That was outside of my circle, I guess.
I get it too. Like I didn't fully get it. I think it was like made up rage about there not being enough diversity, but I don't get it.
That sounds like
it sounds made up. It sounds completely made up by it. It seems like a bunch of right-wing people just decide let's troll people and just make up a controversy or something. It totally feels like that because it's like
never mind. This is not political.
I don't know much about it. I mean I know when it was around, I would see advertisements for it all the time. There were a lot of streams, so yeah. I mean, I can't be upset if it wins. I would like to see either Helldivers or Warhammer win. I think that would be cool.
I think Stellar Blade, if you give it a chance, pretty good. It's just that I haven't played it. I just watched streams of it, so I'm also not sure in giving my vote. But like, from what I've seen, Stellar Blade seems like the best. It seems like the Gunnar bait game, and it totally is a Gunnar bait game. But it's good besides that, you know. It's not just a Gunnar bait game.
I personally want to vote for Helldivers 2. So Dan, did you also say Helldivers 2?
I'd like to see Helldivers win.
Sure, we can do it.
I would like to play it one of these days, actually.
Yeah, Helldivers 2 gets our vote then.
One second, my mom. You guys can talk. My mom.
VR, Arizona Sunshine, Asgard's Wrath 2, Batman Arkham Shadow, Metal Hellslinger, and Metro Awakening. A Metroid VR game does sound like something Nintendo should someday invest into, even though I don't think they
that would be interesting, but yeah, I don't expect that shit.
I have my doubts.
Dude.
I'm gonna be
I don't have any opinion.
I think the only reason why I know about Asgard's Wrath 2 is because Markiplier is sponsored by the hardware that is also that is advertising Asgard's Wrath 2. So I barely know anything about it. So I saw a little bit of gameplay from Metroid Awakening, and I love the gameplay I've seen from Arkham Shadow. So I guess I should give it to Batman, because I think that the Arkham series was dope, and that Arkham Shadow really does do it justice, despite the fact that it is not a Arkham game for the rest of us. It is just for those who invest in VR, which is already a sad subject for another day.
You think? I think VR's cool. I just think
I do too. But
I think it's very limited, though. I think it's very, very limited, and it ends up being very clunky.
It's very
accessible, for people.
Very expensive, very inaccessible. I think it opens up the game. Like, it opens up to so many more options when it comes to games. Like, horror games are immediately like 100 times more engaging when it's on VR.
Oh yeah.
Like that sounds insane. I played it. I played like a horror game. I don't even know what the fuck it was. I think it was like a zombie shooter game on an arcade, and that's my only experience with like VR.
It down, huh?
It was like, oh yeah, it was like a zombie game. I was scary as fuck, cause like it does feel very like it even like because I think what games have over movies and stuff like that is the interactability, right? Like how invested you are into the story, because like you control the character and stuff, and VR puts that a step above. But I don't think there's been a single VR game that is good, like too good. Like sure, scary games are more scary, and action games are like more interactive and stuff, but they're unaccessible, and the gameplay ends up being very clunky. The way you move, you teleport around and stuff like that to move. Because if you don't have
I still feel largely that not AR VR games are still very largely gimmicky. Like I know that they've made what was like Half-Life Alyx, and there's Super Hot, which is a great game, but again, that game is not. I mean, it was remade for VR, but it came out initially without VR.
Yeah, Super Hot. I played it a ton of time ago, and it was very good.
Yeah, I played it too, not VR, but like.
Yeah, I played the mouse version. Yeah.
Awesome. Same here. But like, I don't know. I still feel like we're still in a point where
it's very new still.
VR, it's still very new. I feel a lot of it's very gimmicky, and the games that you're getting are not going to be the same sort of quality that you would expect from a regular type of game. There's limitations. It's got to be harder, but maybe we'll see that change soon. And honestly, I've never seen anything from Metal Hellsinger rather.
Me either.
Maybe it is engaging and it's not a gimmick or whatever, but I don't know. I still feel like we're just a little bit out from developers putting all of their sauce into a VR game.
It's just that it's not since so little people have access to a VR, like that affects the sales of the game. So you don't want to put too much money to making a VR game because there's not going to be that many sales.
Right. Yeah. So it's a never-ending circle. Like it's not going to sell well because you didn't really put that much money into it, but you don't want to waste money. So
this wasn't meant to be a podcast focused around VR, but funny enough, from what I've heard, is that making VR headsets is actually like produced at a loss for companies.
Really? That makes sense.
What I've heard, and like. So like
that makes sense.
If they were to sell it, that's not at a loss. It would be ridiculous, and literally no one would buy it. Like we're talking like thousands of dollars for single like headsets and controllers and all that shit. However, these manufacturers realize, holy shit, we actually cannot sell this at a gain. So we have to sell it at a loss, and so they sell it at a loss. However, even the amount that they sell it at, like, it's not as accessible as it could be because of it's still decently expensive.
Yeah, the technology needs to still be developed.
Yeah,
needs to still be worked on.
Like AR VR is still in such a development stage, so maybe in the future things will change. But I don't know.
I'm excited to see what the future holds for VR, honestly.
I forgot which one either of you voted for. The only
I didn't vote for any of them. I don't know anything about any of them. Like legit, I don't know a single one here.
Dan, you thinking? Or do we just want to skip?
I'll lean towards Batman because I like the Arkham games. I played a couple.
I respect that. I like all the Arkham games.
Yeah. So we could go with the Batman one. I show you guys.
Swear to God, I've never even maybe I've heard of the new Batman game coming out. I don't think I've heard any of these other games coming out. Like I know
I know Metro.
Series.
That's it.
I know the series, but I don't.
I didn't know the new game was a VR game though. I knew there was a new game.
I've seen gameplay on both of them, the Metro and the Batman Arkham Shadow gameplay, and I prefer the Batman one strictly because I like what they've done with the fighting style. So on how in just Arkham games in general, when you're pummeling on someone, and how Batman will leap at them and then just start wailing, so when you because you're Batman, you actually leap at them and you have to throw your punches in a certain direction or else they block the punches, and it reminds me so much about the about old Arkham games. Because Batman's fighting style in there was very interesting to me. So we'll give it to Batman and then we'll move on. Best mobile game.
This category, bruh.
This one kind of goes hard.
Oh, Balatro, no? Just go Balatro.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
The nomination is AFK Journey, Balatro, Pokemon TCG Pocket, Withering Waves, and Zenless Zone Zero. So I don't want to disrespect too many people here, but I feel like I'm gonna disrespect people by saying, what the fuck is Withering Waves?
No, it's actually I was like that. Apparently, it's like a very popular gacha game that's very similar to Genshin Impact and stuff, or like Honkai Star Rail. I know which one of them. So yeah.
The only reason why I know AFK Journey is because everyone is sponsored by AFK.
That is true. I know that one from that.
Problem. Not that.
I know every single one here too. I thought I wasn't gonna know a single one, but I know every single one. Because I mean, is Zenless Zone Zero really a mobile game? Because it's like it's very much playable.
Yeah, that's
on
what I was
PC
thinking.
too,
Like
yeah.
you could play it on the on the phone, but these I feel should be. Well, I guess Balatro is also on the computer too. But
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think the best experience for Balatro is on the phone though. Like I think this is very designed for phones, right? Like Wuthering Waves and Zenless Zone Zero, I cannot imagine them being played better on the phone than on a computer. But Balatro,
Right,
Balatro is definitely designed for mobile.
Yeah, Balatro on mobile is great.
Going to Balatro.
I would never play Zenless Zone Zero on the phone. That
Yeah,
just sounds
fuck
like
that.
hell. Also, just sounds like it just would kill my battery.
That my phone overheats from turning on my camera, bro. I cannot imagine what would happen if I play Zenless Zone Zero there.
That's insane to me. So
Balatro.
yeah, for me, I mean, as much as I've been loving Pokemon Pocket, I think it's still very early on. It still needs, it needs what every card game needs. It needs more expansions. It needs more mechanics, more variety. It's got to be Balatro. I mean, that game absolutely just took over the world, and I have succumbed to it. It's a fucking fantastic game.
It's so addictive.
I've
So addictive.
played it on the computer and the phone. It's just fantastic. Absolutely.
I was gonna
fantastic.
say, Dan, there's no way you're voting for anything else when you have Balatro both on mobile and on PC.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just no way. Balatro absolutely deserves every
Insane.
award it was nominated for.
Even Game of the
including one
Year?
coming up.
Let it cook.
Yeah, but we'll get to that.
Stop
Okay.
spoiling
Okay.
it, Bane!
I'm sorry, it's everyone knew already. I'm sorry.
I think we both did know.
Well,
Yeah.
we did though, but the viewers may not. God damn!
Very true. Sorry. You know what's crazy?
You were
Just like the
disappointed.
cultural shock from like, I hate this word, but like from the normie players and the actual gamers, because people are like, "What the fuck is Balatro?" And I'm like,
Yeah.
"What games do you play?" And they're like, "Balatro." Come on, it was super popular, and you're like, that's the cultural shock. You realize like a lot of people aren't as chronicling online and so into games as us, right? Like as the gamers, the gamers that you see online. So
Right.
that
It
was
is weird to
crazy.
think about, but I guess it makes total sense.
Yeah.
It's not a game everyone's gonna know.
Yeah.
But goddamn, did Local Thunk get that game out in front of so many people?
Hell yeah.
And I
Love Balatro.
am so happy for him.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's got to be Balatro.
It's gonna go to Balatro.
Yeah.
You know what? I want Balatro to win, but I can absolutely see Zenless Zone Zero winning. I think the Hoyoverse fans are crazy, and
They are.
So yeah,
True.
they are crazy.
More ways than one.
I think Balatro deserves it.
Me too.
The next one. Oh, speaking of which,
Oh, Donkey Game.
indie game. We have Animal Well, Balatro, Manor Lords, Pacific Drive, and the Plucky Squire.
Damn, this is actually hard for me.
Yeah, this is a hard
this is
one
tough.
for you two. I don't know much about Plucky Squire, but I know you two really were interested in it, going off of what you said a moment ago. So I'm going with Balatro. Now I'm going to put both of you in the ring and tear apart your morals and choose which one between these games. Because, I mean, who knows? You guys might know Manor Lords. You guys might know Pacific Drive.
I know Animal Well.
Animal Well. I know. I sure as fuck don't. So
I know Animal Well because
Ben,
of
you wanna
Donkey. That's it. I know because of Donkey. That's it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's very cool that Donkey, a person who loves video games, just like managed to get out. He like he's on. It's called a producer, like a production fucking thing, where like they he pays for games to be made, right? Like he I don't know the words. I don't speak English. Sorry, but basically, I'm very happy that he allows indie developers to just put their games out there. So I appreciate Big Mode and Donkey for that, but I don't know much about Animal Well besides him just promoting it on his videos every time. So it really is between Balatro and the Plucky Squire for me, and I think I'm gonna give it to Balatro solely because I've actually played Balatro. You know, Plucky Squire I've only seen gameplay. It looks amazing. I think it is very creative. And if I had played both, I think it would be very difficult for me because I think while Balatro has very good and interesting gameplay, just like Plucky Squire is so original too. Like I guess they're both original. That's why it's hard for me. Like they're both very original and fun and creative, and they have like such unique art style. They're so
I'm literally ripping you both apart by making you choose because they both sound like such amazing games that you both like.
I'm going for Balatro though, because like I said, I actually played it, and I think it's only fair to give it to Balatro.
Yeah, so it's actually not that hard for me either. It's got to be Balatro. And because if we're talking like debut indie game, like, I mean, Balatro, it like I said earlier, like it just took the world by storm. It absolutely did. It sold so much that even the creator is just like, yeah, like I didn't expect this. Like he made games just for him and his friends to play. That's what Balatro was meant to be. It was never something that he expected.
He's insanely talented. Honestly, I don't even know anything about the creator, but he's insanely talented, honestly.
He's so talented. He posts some of his art sometimes that's like not pixel art at all. It's like just gorgeous, really, really gorgeous art. I think he's really very humble, and he's really deserving of all of the praise. So I'm going to give it to Balatro, but I will say Animal Well is a game I would love to play. I've seen a little bit of gameplay. It looks like a lot of fun, and I've heard that it's, you know, it's one of those games where it's like, you know, it's sort of like cool and, you know, calm, and then it gets sort of fucked up and weird and creepy and, you know, just that sort of vibe. So I'm very interested in it. I would like to know what it's all about. But yeah, it's got to be Balatro. I don't think there's ever been an indie
game. Baby.
Certainly not this year that has
not this year,
debuted stronger than that one has.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Let's go Balatro.
With absolutely minimal disrespect to Manor Lords and Pacific Drive, but I'm sorry, who the fuck
I don't know them. I don't know them at all. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I don't like the shit on indie games though, but like... What is this? What does this even mean? What do you mean you have a category for indie games, an independent game? What does that mean?
Yeah, I don't really understand this, man.
Nominations: Animal Well, Balatro, Lorelei and Laser Eyes, Neva, and UFO 50. I'm going Balatro.
I'm going Balatro too. I don't know the other ones. I know UFO 50 from the Donkey video.
Me, but UFO 50 is really cool. It's like 50 little mini games in one, and they all seem pretty fleshed out.
Best community support.
They should have put Concord in here.
Are Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, and No Man's Sky. Dan, you're a resident Fortnite nerd.
I'm a Fortnite nerd, but I'm not gonna give it to Fortnite. I think.
Hey yo.
I think it's gonna be Helldivers. Seeing how they've been communicating with their fan base, like I said, I've never played the game, so I could be off. But my understanding is like they have a system where the more battles that people complete on a certain planet, like it unlocks new stuff globally, so it all counts together, and that's what I just think is so unique. And so I think that there is that level of communication from the team to the fan base. Like they know what they're working towards. There's a lot of cool incentives to look forward to, and I just think that's so cool. I think that's a really cool way to engage the fan base and like really make them feel like they're working together when really, you know, you're only playing with like 3 other people, but you are all progressing together, and that is just such a cool concept to me. Granted, No Man's Sky, I think it's not even new.
None of these are new, actually.
No. I mean, I phrased that wrong. It's not new that No Man's Sky has gotten better. Like it's gotten better some time ago. But I was gonna say, I mean, it's definitely commendable what the team has done with that. But it's not anything new. I think that they've been listening and have had really good support and communication for some years now.
I think it's crazy. Yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna be Helldivers for me here. I don't really care. Fortnite.
So-
I mean, it doesn't really deserve this. I don't think.
I was gonna say I don't get this category at all because none of these games, except for Helldivers, right, came out in 2024. I don't get the category. We're on the Game Awards 2024. What is this? What is this category? But like, I didn't know that much about Helldivers 2 from what I've heard from Dan. That's probably gonna be my pick for me. It's just like I think No Man's
I
Sky
don't know much.
is crazy. How it went from like the worst release of a game in like a long fucking time to actually trying to deliver what they promised. I think that's great. I think more games should do that. I'm looking at you, Fallout 76. But
Take notes, Bethesda.
take notes with that. Please do. You know, your games on paper they are amazing. It's just like, you know, everything else sucks. But No Man's Sky, I've never played it. I haven't even seen the new updates.
I
But
can't play this new Starfield DLC.
Yeah.
My vote's going to Final Fantasy 14. I am in the minority here, and because of that,
you play Final. I didn't know you play Final Fantasy 14.
I used to.
I
I
see.
don't anymore, but the Batoras love it, and I had a bit of fun for a while, and then it just fell off for me.
I think this is remember, this is not about the games themselves. It's about like the community and how like they interact with the developers and stuff. So
I love Yoshi P. I genuinely do. He is the head. He's the head over that handles 14.
I see.
He's also one of the very few heads over at Square Enix that told the rest of the board to go fuck themselves when they decided to invest in NFTs. So the best community support award goes for our podcast goes to Helldivers 2 strictly. Because Bane decides either vote, or if he doesn't, then you know we don't get a vote.
yeah, I'm doing Helldivers 2. Yeah, I'll do Helldivers 2.
So yeah, you're doing it because Bane's being sympathetic. So moving forward and fair, best ongoing. The nominations are Diablo 4, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, and Helldivers 2. There is no.
There is. I was gonna say there is no other one.
There is no fifth nomination. If anyone says Destiny 2, I will murder you in your sleep in Roblox. Okay? In Roblox, in Fortnite, in Minecraft, I will find you and I will end your miserable
Just not in
existence.
Destiny 2.
No, not Destiny 2, you're safe. Because
No, because then we would have to actually download it and play it.
Yeah. I'm not touching that cringe fest with a Penwood poll. To anyone who enjoys Destiny 2, good on you. Okay, I'm sure you're a nice person. However, I still have to kill you in game. I'm sorry. My vote, of course, is for Final Fantasy 14 or Helldivers 2. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna give it to Helldivers 2 because I think that the game is very neat. And it's $40, which is cool.
Yeah.
Bane, which one are you going with?
Destiny 2, of course, my favorite game of all time. You know, definitely gonna vote
Get
for
the
that
fuck
one.
out! Get the fuck out!
You were just playing it, right?
Yeah, I love it so much. Literally
You
just-
have lost your speaking privileges. Now Dan and I are recording a podcast, and you are the editor. Okay, you being demoted. All right.
I'm kidding. It was a joke. Jesus, I'm kidding. Best ongoing. I don't know. I don't play Fortnite, so I don't know how good the new seasons are. But
You can't play Fortnite. Your computer will blow the.
that is true. They would blow up actually. But Final Fantasy 14 actually, because it's like I think the only one I play occasionally from time to time, even if I suck at it. Like yeah, Final Fantasy 14 is my vote.
Huh.
All right. Well, I'll be outnumbered here, but I'll give it a. Oh wait, no, Algren, you voted Helldivers or Final
Yeah, I'm
Fantasy?
going with Helldivers, even though Final Fantasy 14 is really dope. So yeah, I'm going with Helldivers too.
Respect.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Helldivers as well. I mean, Fortnite,
Alright.
I play it. I've played it for many years. It's fun. The new season's great, but they haven't done like anything crazy. I mean, they're trying to do this whole like metaverse shit, which I find is kind of cringe. So I don't know.
What do you mean they're doing it as in they're doing it now? They've always been doing everything is Fortnite. What the fuck?
Well, no, that's true. But like they're now trying to do like Disney stuff, and like they're gonna have like it just reeks of just soulless like money cash grabs. It's not something that interests me. I'm not. I'm sorry. I don't care. The Lego stuff is cool, but once they start doing the Disney stuff and like, it's just, I don't like it. I don't like it. It doesn't feel.
Fair.
It doesn't feel fitting. And like, they said that they're gonna have some like cosmetics or skins that won't be available in the Battle Royale, which is like, okay, that's just dumb in my opinion. So what? You're gonna like add Mickey Mouse, but he can't hold a gun? Then why even add him? Like, just don't do it. I don't know. I'm going off on a rant. That shit hasn't even come out yet, so I don't even know. It's all conjecture.
I guess our vote goes to Helldivers 2 then.
Yeah,
Oh,
I went on a
okay,
little
sure.
fucking rant there. I don't know why.
We should just all play Helldivers, bro.
Yeah, we can. I'll when it's on sale, I will gift it to us. Trust me.
Don't worry, I can buy it when it's on sale, though.
I can't
Me
make
too.
any jokes here because I know that these games actually have serious meaning, and I don't know any of them.
Until Life is Strange. Okay, I don't know the other games until this Life is
That's it.
Strange.
Other than that, I don't know anything. But I don't even know this
Same.
Life is Strange. So the games for Impact
I know this one.
nominations are Closer, The Distance, Indica, Neva, Life is Strange, Double Exposure, Tales of Kenzera, Zao, and Hellblade 2. I don't know any of these.
I know Life
And
is
because
Strange, that's it.
I've heard.
I know
of
Hellblade, but I haven't seen
I've
Hellblade
heard
2.
of Hellblade, and I didn't even know this Life is Strange even existed. I played the very first Life is Strange. I have respect for Life is Strange.
You do?
But
Damn.
I don't. Yeah, I did. I had a lot of fun with the first Life is Strange game.
Gulp.
It was really nice. I really liked the storyline. I really liked the characters. It was a very beautiful game. I never got around to playing the second one or the one that. Okay, I'm just gonna label it the pre-sequel. That one that like takes place as the two brothers or whatever, but you know it's like a Life is Strange story. But it's like I don't know. I'm not going to make any jokes here. I don't know any of these. I'm abstaining from voting. I have my respect for these games because kind of making a joke here would make me feel like a total fucking asshole.
I can joke about Life is Strange. I know about the other ones.
Yeah, I just don't have any knowledge or opinion. So
Yeah, we can skip this one. We can skip it.
Abstain. Okay.
I think
Good
this
luck
skip
My
to
it.
all the
apologies.
nominees.
I'm not knowledgeable in the indie scene enough for these. So, you know.
Yeah.
Innovation and accessibility. I'm reading this backwards because I'm absolutely making a joke in this category.
Oh my god.
The nominations are Star Wars Outlaws, The Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, Dragon Age: The Veilguard, Diablo 4, and Call of Duty. Now, I want you guys to sit back and think. When you think of the game Call of Duty, I know you guys totally don't think bang, bang, shoot, shoot, gun, gun. You think about, holy fuck, how much it's innovated for the major public. Like, when you think of innovation, you definitely think Call of fucking Duty. What the
I have no idea. I think Call of Duty, since it's so popular, maybe they do have a lot of accessibility options.
What the
You know,
fuck is...
I don't know any of these games. I mean, I know Diablo 4, I know Dragon Age, but I haven't watched gameplay or anything. And more than that, I'm not disabled in any way, so I never needed any extra options besides sometimes I put colorblind mode in some games because they look like easier on the eyes for me, but it's not like
That's
I
a
need
form
it.
of being colorblind. Like, okay, I know we're about to go. I'm about to go on a huge rant, and we're about to go off the rails with it.
Okay.
However, I'm going to say I think that it's very fucking neat and interesting how blindness is different for everybody. So, like, let's take for example like being deaf. Okay, when
Mhm.
you're deaf, and no, I'm not talking about the phrase tone deaf. I mean actually deaf. It's as in like you literally cannot hear at
Mhm.
all. Either you get hearing aids that and they work for you, or you get hearing aids that don't work for you. Like there are people that are deaf that hearing aids don't work.
And there's stuff like tinnitus, and like I
Yeah.
guess there's different levels to being deaf, but
Yeah,
I get what you mean.
Yeah. But however, being blind, it's everyone who's blind is like their blindness is different. There's people that are blind to the point where they can't see anything; it's just black. There are people that are blind and they wear like
They see blurs.
blind, but they just have like they
They're
have
very blurry.
splotches in their vision. There's
Yeah.
people that are blind to certain specific colors. There are people that are blind to other specific colors. I think it is very, very interesting.
Yeah, I agree
So
with
I
that.
don't know. If you're blind in any way, I do think you're cool. And such, whatever. But that's very interesting to know, Bane. That it's like well, you may not be diagnosed. I think.
I don't think I got it. I think it's just like a specific. I don't know. I think it's like League I play in colorblind mode. It changes some things, and it's easier for me to, I don't know, not see, but like.
You may not
understand.
be officially diagnosed, but I think that qualifies you for something.
Like, I don't know, maybe.
To an extent. It's like an extent of an extent and an extent. I think
it doesn't really affect, like, if I didn't have the colorblind option in League of Legends, it wouldn't affect me at all. Just like, it helps a little, you know?
In that case, any help is good. Now, all memes aside, and my fascination with blind, if I was to give anything here, I would give it to Dragon Age. Not Call of Duty, because that is just Call of Duty. I don't know how the fuck you innovate in Call of Duty, but okay.
No, I feel like Bane said, as someone that thank God, like I don't have any disabilities. I don't need the accessibility. It would be helpful if they like mention what they do.
True,
exactly.
I
don't know. I don't really have an opinion on these games in pertaining to how they are accessible. I just don't know. They don't give any explanation. So I have no idea. I don't.
Yeah, we can just skip this one because I don't know who it serves actually. But more accessibility on video games, please. League of Legends, with the amount of players it has, it's actually pathetic how little options we have for accessibility.
I'm going to branch off here of
what all the things that
we have saying is that if this would have been really helpful, if these people for the best performance actors, they would have told us what fucking character play. Okay, the nominations are Rihanna White for 567 Hannah Teller, like Strange, Humberly Gonzalez for Roberts for Silent Hill 2, and Melina for, I'm not trying to
Jurgens? I'm gonna take a hit. I think it's Jurgens.
Okay. Now
I'm Jurgens my help play. It was right though, to be honest.
Rihanna, I mean, no disrespect to you, but who the fuck do you play? Do you play Aerith? Yuffie? Tifa? Who the hell?
I'm gonna Google this one.
Rihanna White. I'm not opening up another tab to Google it because I'm fucking lazy. That's probably a problem.
She is Aerith.
Yeah, she is Aerith. Yeah, she's
okay,
Aerith.
cool. But why the fuck can't they say that right here?
I don't know. I play all my games in Japanese, bro. So I don't know. I don't know about her performance.
They don't make the voting categories very well. I mean, not to make a joke, but like they don't make them accessible. No, like I don't mean to make it a joke, but it's just like it just.
It's true.
But you know what I mean.
You know what? Yeah. I'm gonna cut off the accessibility right here. None of you get the ability to vote. I don't get the ability to vote.
Yeah.
From
I don't have an opinion, man.
Everyone here needs to be tagged of who the fuck they played. Moving on.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know any of them.
Design.
Audio design.
How is Metaphor not here, bruh?
Okay, no, we're gonna get there.
Surprising.
The nominations are Astrobot, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Silent Hill 2, Hellblade 2, and Call of Duty. Yes! When I think Call of Duty, I think that sound design. Yeah!
The fucking pew-pew of the gun sounds very realistic. Yeah, this is exactly how a gun sounds.
Yeah, I feel like Call of Duty, the sound design's kind of. I mean, like I said, I don't play them, but I feel like they've kind of plateaued. You can't get much better.
It's a fucking gun, you know.
Find the sound of my assault rifle. Yes. Like, okay, dude, who the fuck cares? Okay, give this slot to Metaphor already. Okay.
Yeah.
How the fuck was it not? Okay.
I
whatever.
would. I would have to say either Astrobot or Silent Hill 2. I'm kind of caught in between. I don't know.
I literally know none of these besides Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and I drowned out the music inside, the audio and everything inside that game because I was so focused on just the gameplay and the VTuber watching it that I don't even remember. Or no, I didn't watch a VTuber. I watched Frankie Lolia or whatever her name is. Play it. So Bane, go ahead and throw your hat in there.
I think Astrobot probably.
There you go. So our vote's going to Astrobot 2-1.
Oh no, just mainly because I haven't heard anything about Hellblade or Silent Hill.
Fair.
Okay, now Metaphor gets it. Okay, Metaphor instantly.
And music.
There we go.
Now, before I say the nominations, has anyone actually listened unironically to the battle soundtrack?
I do for Metaphor.
Of like without.
I was actually driving and listening to that when I was going to college. I just put it. Yeah, for real. I put that shit when I was going to college.
The nominations are Just Read Fantasia. No one. I'm joking.
Okay, I'm playing it for the stream right now. I'm putting the Metaphor music right now for the stream.
Metaphor, Final Fantasy VII, and Astrobot. I'm giving it to Metaphor here.
Metaphor, God.
I'm gonna give it to Metaphor as well. It deserves it. Honestly, if any other one wins it, I don't know.
That would be crazy.
What don't you mean, guys? I think you're forgetting. When you think Call of Duty, you think of the music in Call of Duty.
Okay, did you guys know that it's an actual monk singing for the Metaphor OST? Like, it's an actual monk they got, like a real-life monk that they did the performance for it. I think that's incredible.
Best art direction, okay? We got Astrobot, Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring DLC, Metaphor, and Neva.
Is this really a competition too? Like, Metaphor? Come on. Really? Does anyone disagree with me?
It's gotta be Metaphor, even though I have a creeping suspicion that every Souls fan is going to win. Is going to overpower.
I mean, Elden Ring has very good art direction. Just that it's not as creative as Metaphor, you know.
Also, it's a fucking DL. Never mind. I promise.
Okay. Never mind. You know, if that's your opinion, I respect it too.
Best narrative, Metaphor, Hellblade 2, Silent Hill 2, Like a Dragon, and Final Fantasy 7. Okay, I know this is a cop out. I have to say Final Fantasy 7 here. I know I'm getting ratioed, but it's Final Fantasy, and
I'm saying Metaphor.
I abstain because I don't know the stories of any of these, so you two are gonna have to.
It's gonna be Metaphor. We can find it out, bro. It's Metaphor.
Okay, you know what?
I can vote Metaphor without knowing anything about it, just because I know it's probably.
Yeah, just because I know it's probably Metaphor. But you know, I respect you picking Final Fantasy 7. I would pick that too if Metaphor wasn't there.
Yeah, fair. Best game direction, holy fuck, we're pitting two titans against each other. Those titans are Metaphor and Pilastro, holy fuck! But, the other nominations are Elden Ring DLC, Final Fantasy 7, Black Myth Wukong, and Astrobot. I'm clashing heads with Bane on this one. It's Pilastro. Okay, I don't care.
Yeah.
Pilastro.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Pilastro, man. Like,
you can go Pilastro. I go Metaphor though. I got Metaphor.
Metaphor.
I can't blame you though.
Yeah.
Sure,
and
it looks gorgeous. It looks gorgeous, and it's its own thing. It's not Persona, but like, you know,
it's basically 2020 Persona.
You could look at it's and maybe someone could get confused that
it's
Persona.
More.
Pilastro is
I agree.
Distinctly iconic.
I respect you guys picking Pilastro. But I think it's more because I'm such a Shin Megami Tensei fan. Like, I played Shin Megami Tensei, the old ones, the new ones. And playing Metaphor, you can tell how distinct it is, the gameplay, from other Shin Megami Tensei games.
I'm sure it is. I just, I don't know enough.
Yeah, I get it. Like, when you look at it, it definitely looks, there's the breast turn system, there's, like, the weakness exploiting and shit. But,
Alright, Game of the Year nominations.
Hey, baby.
It's 5 games and a DLC. We got the Elden Ring DLC. It's the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Black Myth Wukong, Astrobot, and the two Titans. So what's we're gonna vote for? Pilastro and Metaphor.
It's either between.
Pilastro.
Yeah, I think Final Fantasy VII could, like, it's a fair
I'd
contestant
be
too.
fine with any of these. I know Elden Ring's gonna win because it's Elden Ring.
Elden Ring's gonna fucking win. I know.
Yeah.
Or Metaphor. Metaphor's actually incredibly popular too.
Metaphor would be so dope to win this. Like,
Yeah, I'd be happy to see Metaphor win.
Or
I would be
Balatro. Honestly,
ecstatic-
Balatro
I would
win.
be ecstatic
Yeah.
if Balatro won.
I hope
I have a good feeling that it's going to win at least one or two others.
Yeah, for sure.
This one is a hard category for it to win.
Yeah,
Do I
because it's
want
not
it
as
to win?
popular, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I just don't expect it to win. I have to be realistic.
Mhm.
I think there's just too many Titans against it, but
yeah.
but I'll vote. I'll cast my vote for Balatro. It would be amazing. It really would be such a success story, such a triumph if it won. But
And
we'll see.
there we go. Those are all the votes from us in the podcast for the Basic Bitch Awards 2024. And if you want a total of what we voted for, you could go the fuck back and find it yourself. I'm not.
Yeah.
recalling all of it.
You can count it up yourself.
Yeah, count it up yourself. I
We don't have the
care.
budget for that.
But it's
No.
pretty fair. Like, the one who got the most votes was either Metaphor or Balatro from us.
It's
Yeah,
one of those. I don't
They had a lot of nominations.
neither of us voted for Destiny 2 or Elden Ring.
Also-
you know what? I think that's a W.
But by the way, why was Persona 3 Reload not on any category at all? I got my pros in Persona 3 Reload, but why is it not here at all? Why is it missing?
Because they have to nominate Call of Duty. You don't understand.
That is true. Call of Duty just gotta be there. It's just like Game of the Year. Not even the normies like Call of Duty anymore, bro. They just play Elden Ring nowadays. They don't even like Call of Duty
Real.
anymore.
Okay, so we're gonna transition here from video games.
I'm a girl now.
Over to the final one for TV shows. The only one I'm gonna bring up that's not an anime here is the Vitoras got me onto From, that movie series, or not movie series, but TV series From. We are all caught up. We are waiting for the current season to end, so then we can binge all of that, and we will be binging it very
Base.
soon.
Awesome.
What have you two been watching that is not anime, and so, you know, like the boring normie live action?
Kamen Rider. Yeah.
Kamen Rider.
Cool.
Actually, let me check. What
Yeah.
else have I been watching?
Honestly, I haven't been watching a lot, dude. I want to watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine because I've never seen it, and I'm tired of just watching old
Oh,
episodes of
respect
The
that.
Office, and It's Always Sunny. So I'll get back to you on that. I have no doubt that I'm gonna like it because of the fucking YouTube short brain rot clips that I've seen.
Yeah, it is very funny. It is very fucking funny.
I gotta finally start it, so I'm excited for that. I haven't really like gotten to a sitcom in some time. But some of my favorites have been It's Always Sunny and Arrested Development. I love as well. And then is her name Kate Olsen? Dee from It's Always Sunny. She had an amazing sitcom that was canceled after 2 seasons on like such a cliffhanger. Like it was insane. But that show was called The Mick. Unfortunately, it was canceled, but I swear to you, it was probably like the funniest show I've ever seen. And she killed it. So shout out to The Mick. It's not new, and I'm not watching it currently, but like, shout out to The Mick. It's so funny. If you're ever looking for a sitcom to pick up, she plays like the exact same character, like It's Always Sunny. You know, just sort of like an alcoholic, sort of like not very in the moment, not very responsible, but it's so funny. She does a great job, and the rest of the cast is awesome. So that's that. Nothing else really.
So, now we transition to anime, which.
Wait, I'm not done though.
Yeah.
I'm not done though.
Oh wait, you've
I
watched
got
another
more.
anime?
I watch more of that, you know? Because I've actually, now that I have so much free time, I've actually took the time to manage what I spend it on, you know? So it's just Minecraft. So, I've been watching, of course, Kamen Rider Gab, the show that's coming out right now, the Kamen Rider that comes out every week. I think it's probably one of the best ones I've watched so far. I think it's actually heading on the right direction. I love it. I know Kamen Rider is not for everyone, but if you like Kamen Rider and you're like kind of tempted on, oh, should I watch Gab or not, you should definitely hop on Gab. It's super good. You're gonna love it. And in live action series, I've actually started both Peaky Blinders and the live action for Thou Spoke Kishibe Rohan, which is like a spin-off from JoJo's. I think the live action for Kishibe Rohan is so good because it takes a very nice spin on the art direction when it comes to stands. They're not just like poorly CGI animated. They actually just like use a lot of practical effects to make the faces look like books all of a sudden. Like I don't know if any of you watched JoJo's. You watched JoJo's, Alcran? You did, right?
I watched JoJo's forever.
How about you, Dan?
Like, Dio is dope, but other than that, the series never resonated with me.
You watched part 4 though, with like you know Rohan, right?
Part I did. I just know Dio. Like
Okay.
Dio, and then there's every fucking JoJo character named JoJo.
Sure. How about you, Dan? You watched JoJo's or not?
Named JoJo.
Yeah, I've seen the like earlier parts. I haven't finished the one with Jolene. So was that part 6?
Yeah, that's part 6. So you've definitely seen Rohan. So yeah, they
Yeah.
Rohan has its own spin-off because it's Araki's favorite character. And I think the short stories are very good, and I think they've been adapted perfectly to live action, and I'm loving it so much. And Peaky Blinders and Los Sopranos. Actually, is it called The Sopranos in English? It is called The Sopranos in English, right?
Yeah, The Sopranos. Yeah.
Yeah, The Sopranos. I started watching that with my dad. I've literally only watched one episode because he's not here a lot. But because of work, okay? It's not because he went to get mail. But I love that first episode. I feel like when I finish that show, it's gonna be one of my favorite shows of all time. I'm sure. And yeah, Peaky Blinders. Not much to say, honestly. It kind of disappointed me. I expected more, but I've only watched 2 episodes, so maybe it's gonna shock me later. And I think
Is that all your live action?
yeah, I just keep watching home videos, but that's like a cartoon. I don't know if we put it on the same category, but yeah, I watch home movies.
We can, or we can put it in. I don't know where to put it. Just anything that's not like strictly anime.
Yeah, it's not Japanese.
That deserves its own category. We always say Bane for last for the anime because Bane always has the most to talk about. So I have a special treat this time. So Dan, have you watched any anime this?
I'm still not caught up, but I've been following the anime Bane recommended, Orb on the Movements of Earth.
Oh hell yeah!
That is still really cool. I actually told my my manager today at the farmer's market who likes anime. I told her about it.
Oh, that's so cool!
You know what she recommended? She's like, I've been watching
Dan?
I don't want to pronounce it. Dan. Yeah.
I knew it was Dan. Those Dan's like the head right now.
I need to see it. I need to find
it. It is the head right now. Okay, just letting you know, it is very weird the first few episodes. Just gotta get through it, okay?
That's fine.
With the sexualization.
I can handle it. If you were telling someone else, fair, but I don't feel like I need the warning.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I appreciate it though.
Yeah, it's a heads up, you know?
I can handle it, I think. Maybe. I don't know.
For me, then, I binged through the entire 3rd season and trying to catch up on Demon Slayer. I did not finish the 4th one. I need to get back to that. I don't know why I stopped watching it at work. I just stopped. But I only have like 1, maybe 2 more episodes left of it. But the other 2 are that I watched were No Guns Life and Inspector, and I am almost finished with the 2nd season of Goblin Slayer, which we won't.
You liking it?
Well, too much. What?
You liking Goblin Slayer?
So, like, okay, it is definitely dark, and the goblin essay is tasteless. However, outside of that, everyone was right. If the show itself didn't involve goblin essaying women, that we will not stay on this topic too long, then this anime would be an absolute banger must for potentially everyone, because the character development, the storyline is actually very interesting and really cool, really well done. However, it is very like they take a wrong turn with the dark topic.
It's not handled well at all. It just
things can be dark without involving essay. Like
I don't
go about it.
Okay, maybe a hot take, but I don't think depicting essay in whatever like books, anime, whatever is bad thing. It's a very sensitive topic, and if you're gonna abort it, you gotta do it with sensibility. Goblin Slayer just does it as a fucking fetish. Like you can definitely tell the fucking author was cracking his heart at it.
Yeah, the only thing I will say though is that I prefer the way Goblin Slayer did it rather than Sword Art Online, where Sword Art Online
Sword Art Online is like the worst fucking thing ever. I hate Sword Art Online.
everyone does, or everyone should, and yet it has its own cult following. And I'm sorry, you're a bum for liking it. Anywho, now Bane, I'm passing the mic over to you.
God damn it already!
What
Damn.
did you watch? And what did you watch in terms of anime shit, meme shit? How much slop did you consume?
I consume so much slop, you know. So yeah, since the anime season hasn't finished from the last time we talked, I'm still on the same anime like seasonals, like Dan Dan Dan, Blue Box, Blue Lock. Uzumaki finished, but like Uzumaki, goddamn, that was awful. God, Jesus Christ. I'm still watching Orb. I'm still watching Dragon Daima, Ranma 1.5, I think it's called. I think that's how you read it. Second season for Rurouni Kenshin, Magi Lumiere, and Hyakusho Kizoku. I'm not gonna go over them all over again because there's no point. I already talked about them. I just wanna say that Orb and the Movements of the Air just keeps getting better and better for me. I just can't believe how good this anime is. It just took me by surprise completely. It literally entered my top 10 favorite anime already, and it still hasn't finished. God, I wish they don't ruin it. Please, God, don't ruin it for me. But,
yeah, I'm really excited to get all caught up. I have no idea the direction it's gonna go. Do you know if it's confirmed to get another season, or is it all gonna be finished in one?
They usually get a confirmation when the season's over, and I don't think they have. Okay. I don't think they can fit it all in one season. So
yeah,
I think it's gonna be a second season with like a 12, probably a second season with 12 episodes, because the manga doesn't have that many chapters. I haven't read it though, because I'm enjoying it, watching it week to week.
Sweet. Yeah. Maybe I'll catch up today and finish it.
Yeah. Or it just keeps getting better. They introduce a female character now, and they can do so much with her, because the way women were treated at the time, it can either tell something very interesting, or it can go with a very boring route, just like saying the basic shit like, oh yeah, women can do science too. Like, yeah, we know that already. It's 2024. You don't need to. Like, if you're gonna say it, you should say it in a more interesting manner than that, because there's still misogyny today. So you need your message to be better than just that, right? But there's definitely potential, and I trust them to handle it well. And I think out of all of that, that's the only one that deserves praise from this seasonal anime. I like the adaptation, but it's not Orb, like, it's not Orb level. It's just still Dan.
Yeah.
It's very well adapted. And the movies, I don't know if we count. We're gonna put anime movies as anime things, right? Like we said that?
Yes.
Okay, so One Piece Fan Letter, that's a movie, quote unquote, because it's just a special, it's 20 minutes. I think if you like One Piece, you gotta watch this. Obligatory. You cannot skip this. I think I'm saying this without a trace of doubt in my mind, because I already watched this a few weeks ago already, and my opinions already settled down. I already had time to think about it. I had already time to just go over it. I think it's the best thing that One Piece has released, period. I think it's better than any arc, better than any episode, than any movie, fucking any manga chapter, any manga arc, any anime arc. I think it's the best thing, period. Because it's just the culmination from the world that Oda has building during all these years. It is like the title says, it is a fan letter, but it's a letter to us, the fans, from One Piece. It's a letter of appreciation for us, the fans, and for the story of One Piece, and how much the One Piece characters have affected us, as fans, and how we have affected them. Because even if we don't directly affect the story or anything, One Piece exists because of the fans, right? Like, if nobody read it, there would be no One Piece. I think, that's what the anime is trying to say, on its own way. How One Piece influences us, and how we influence One Piece, even if not majorly, it's not notoriously, the fans don't do that much besides reading it, right? They're just, supporting it and keeping the story going. It's not like Oda listens to people and for their ideas and stuff. If you like One Piece, you have got to watch this. Of course, you have to at least get to Shabondi Park, Return to Shabondi, because otherwise you're gonna get spoiled and you're not gonna appreciate it. Because it's the whole point is for you to already be a One Piece fan, already engaged with the main story. So if you got to Return to Shabondi and you finished it, you gotta watch this. I think right after. It's amazing. I love it. it's got the animation from like the newer like Egghead episodes. It's got that art direction. It's got the same director, like, and it's awesome. I can talk about this forever, and it's another anime that I put on my top 10. It's just like it got on my top 10 because I like One Piece. I like it a lot, but I have my problems with One Piece. However, this is everything good about One Piece in one little place, and I can say proudly that I love it. You know, it's not like there's something I don't like about it. I think this is a genuine 10 out of 10, and I love it. So, if you guys have any comments about that before I go into look back, I'm sorry, I always go on a tangent.
Go for it.
So yeah,
No, I don't have anything.
you never watched One Piece, Dan, right?
I didn't watch it. I started reading it. I got like nearly to
That's fair.
chapter 200, and I've taken a long break. But
Yeah, I get
I'd like to keep going. But yeah, it's a process.
Yeah, I mean it's 1,000 chapters. I don't blame you. How about you,
It's
Alkin? You watched One Piece? You haven't, right?
No.
Okay, whatever. I can go to look
I'm
back
sorry,
now.
I have a job in the life.
I get that, you know. It's just that it's a lot of time to invest on the singular
I
show,
have to
right?
quit my job, quit my lock myself in my office.
I get it.
Just to binge through all of it.
Okay, I read the manga though. I never sit through the anime because that's just a ridiculous amount of time.
Nah, that's the same thing. It would be way too.
No, I get it. It's still a lot of fucking time. I'm just saying the manga is a lot shorter. And that's what I did. Actually, did I talk? Oh yeah, I did talk about my broken Mariko. Never mind. So I guess look back's the only thing I have left to talk about. And also look back. I love the adaptation. I already had loved the manga at the time, and I think this adaptation does it justice. And instead of replacing the original, like you should read Look Back and then watch Look Back because they do very different things. It's still the same story and all, like it's the exact same story, but since it's different mediums, you can appreciate different things about it, right? Because it's a story about making stories, particularly about making manga. But since anime is a different medium, it takes advantage of different things and it does different things with it. And I love Look Back. It made me cry like a motherfucker because it just I don't draw. I don't do anything creative like that. I just write. And as a creator, if you do anything creative, I think Look Back is for you. I think it's gonna reach your heart. It's gonna make you cry like a motherfucker, and you're gonna appreciate it for what it is. I think you should read the manga first and watch the anime because it's an hour-long movie, like 50 minutes long. Actually, it's not long at all. And it was nominated for the Oscars, too, so... just saying,
wow.
It was nominated for the Oscars. I hope it wins, because I don't think any other animated movie deserves it more than Look Back.
I think
So,
this is the perfect segue.
that is
because normally at the end of every, we end off most episodes where I make some comment or whatever that's just like, what the fuck? Or whatever that everyone blows up at me for. But you know what? This time it's not me who's in the crosshairs, alright?
Oh god.
Bane, you were just talking about how an anime touched you ever. Now I'm gonna talk about how an anime touched you in a different way.
Oh god.
As in you became the biggest, and I quote, the biggest Chainsaw Man hater of all time. I want you to explain the context of why you tweeted the words Chainsaw Man fans will love anything.
Okay.
I want you to explain that tweet.
First of all, I want to say I love Tetsuki Fujimoto as an artist. On his older work, you could really tell he had a passion for what he was making. Otherwise, he wouldn't write something like Look Back, which is about how much he fucking loves drawing, despite how hard it is, right? Like, literally, the characters are called Fujino, and what was the other fucking... The thing is, when you mix their names, they're called Fujimoto. So it's definitely has something about his own story about it. So I'm just saying, someone that likes art that much, doing something like Chainsaw Man Part 2 just goes to show how much the weekly releases of Shonen Jump can just suck the fucking soul out of you. Just anything you loved about making your own art, it's just completely gone. Completely, absolutely soulless, and you can tell that motherfucker hates drawing the chapter every week. And he just does not want to keep going with the story. But see, he's already in there. He's not gonna stop. and I think it's very sad to see what Fujimoto has become. And I don't think it's Fujimoto's fault at all. I think he should do like, he should be able to do monthly releases or something like that. That's better for his health, his fucking mental and physical health. It's very sad how in a medium like manga, it's so normalized that mangakas have physical health issues because they keep drawing all fucking day just to meet their deadlines. I think it should be fucking illegal to release chapters weekly. I love reading weekly chapters, but knowing what goes behind them and how much stress the mangakas go for, and how much that affects their work, because ultimately, a lot of the issues that a lot of mangas have nowadays, a lot of wiki mangas have, are because of the weekly publications, right? They're because the publishers want them to keep going with a story that they just don't want to keep going with. Jujutsu Kaisen, you can tell that motherfucker was stretching that shit out at the end. He was pulling shit out of his fucking ass just to keep the story going.
Jujutsu Kaisen on another fucking
Fuck Jujutsu Kaisen, that's another thing. Fuck Akutami Gege. That guy never wrote anything good. Fujimoto made Fire Punch, Goodbye Eri, Chainsaw Man Part 1, and most of Chainsaw Man Part 2. You know, that guy's awesome. Fuck Akutami Gege though. That guy cannot ride. Hopefully he never releases manga again.
Oh my god!
I'm kidding. I hope he can keep releasing his manga, you know, even his ass. You know, because I don't hate him as an individual. He didn't do anything bad. Just, yeah, I just want to express my hate, and I think that's the main reason why Chainsaw Man's at the state it's at right now. I think it's very funny I'm talking about this when the latest Chainsaw Man part is having so good, but it was in such a sad state. Really. Every single chapter ended with like shocking revelation or shocking thing, and it was like, holy shit, how are they gonna board this? And then you get to the next chapter and then they do nothing about it, and then it ends with holy shit, shocking revelation, how are they gonna board this? This is so important, so awesome. Next chapter, they barely talk about it and then go into the next thing, and it was like that for so many weeks. I was like, how are people eating this up the way they are? People completely forgot about how, like, oh my god, I can't believe Asa was jerking off Denji on an alley. Holy shit, that was so crazy. Next chapter, not expanded upon. The characters had nothing to say about it. Asa and Denji basically went through a very uncomfortable thing. I'm not even talking about text. I don't even need you to write anything about it, Fujimoto. I know you're very subtle with your writing, but you didn't do anything. You didn't even give any time for that to settle. It was just like, Joru jerks off Denji and Ali, and then they go with sushi. You could have cut that part out, and it would be the exact same story. And I feel that goes. Not many other chapters come to mind, but I know there are so many of them. You can just cut that part out, and it will be the exact same. Chainsaw Man Church. The only reason why it became relevant at all was because of the Chainsaw Man followers just turning into chainsaw heads and whatever. But they didn't even that. Saying anything interesting about it, about the Chainsaw cult. It's like, oh, whatever, Chainsaw Man fans like action, or it's like so meta narrative. He didn't really say anything about it though. He didn't really say anything interesting about it. He was just like, oh my god, the fans are just hating this Chainsaw Man because it's so much slower. No, I don't hate Chainsaw Man because it's so much slower. I hate Chainsaw Man because it's not telling anything interesting, and it hasn't for so many fucking chapters compared to part 1. My issue with part 1 was that it was going too fucking fast. Okay, that was the only thing I could say about it. That's why it was a 9 out of 10 for me. That's why Chainsaw Man Part 1 wasn't perfect. It was too fast. You didn't have time to sell things. Chainsaw Man Part 2 was going in such a nice direction. It was going so much slower. There wasn't as much action. There was so much time to develop Asa. Asa's a character is fucking awesome, and I love her so much. All up until the Falling Devil arc, it was awesome. I was loving Chainsaw Man Part 2. But then there was this thing with Barem and the fucking hybrids coming back, and they didn't do anything interesting with it. And it just kept going into random directions, and you're like, okay, it's not that you're going fast anymore. It's that you're telling things that just do not matter at all. This is not interesting. Like, you're not doing anything with this. You're not saying anything compared to what you were doing on part 1. Like, on part 1, you had all the Makima plot and the Aki death and the power death and all those interesting things, and how Denji encounters Makima and how he talks about sexual assault. At no point in Chainsaw Man Part 1 there is like a, sexual assault is bad. You should not do sexual assault. But you can tell, like, Denji's traumatized about it. Like, Denji's having a very bad time, and he's being sexually manipulated. Like, Makima abused him, Makima abused him, and you can see on the Makima chapter how it very much parallels to a real life sexual abuse. Like, how Denji is reduced to his child safe and he can't defend himself. And then at the end, you can see Denji, he's like shocked as fuck, and then Makima's just chilling with him. And Denji has this traumatized face. And that says so much without having any text at all. Compare that with the Asa and Denji scene. I know I bring this up a lot, but this is just like the biggest fucking thing that made me realize this shit is ass. This shit's actually horrible. And I don't know. I was liking how Denji was progressing on part 2, and then he got stuck on something, and then the last 2 chapters have been very well because Asa and Denji have been talking about stuff, and there's been some progress, and Denji, you can tell he's telling stuff about Denji now, and saying stuff about Asa, actually progressing their characters, or more like Denji's case, just doing like a very circular character development, which is fine, but at least it's something. Just that Chainsaw Man Part 2 has been the biggest nothing burger. I love that term, by the way. The biggest nothing burger of all time. Since Falling Devil. These last few chapters have been picking back up, and I think they've been very good. But for the biggest time, I was not enjoying Chainsaw Man. I was dreading reading that shit every week. But yeah, that's my rant for Part 2 that you really wanted to hear, Alcrin. You can comment me for this, just saying I'm an asshole and I just don't get it. But I don't think anyone can honestly look at Part 1 and then look at Part 2 and say they're even nearly close in terms of quality. I don't think anyone can look at your face and say that. I don't even think it's Fujimoto's fault, like I said. But yeah, whatever. That's my rant for it. Alcrin, you can segue us into something else, or we can end it here. However you like.
I'm sure the comment section will blow up with negativity, and I will be sure to delete them. Anyways, thank you for joining us this month, and thank you to both my friends right here, and I'm sure we will see each other in the comments where we will delete the negativity.
I'll keep it there.
100%. Alrighty. I thank you both for coming out with me. And,
thank you for talking, yeah. It's pretty fun.
Always.
Who listened, thank you, and we will see you all next month. I will rant about how lackluster 2024 video games are.
When we're just talking about metaphor. Fuck you. We're just talking about metaphor in here. Fuck you. We got Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance, Persona 3 Reload, a metaphor, okay? It was the best year for me.
Next month, babe.
Yeah, next month. Okay, bye everybody.
Bye.